Switch. Okay, what do you know? We're going live the first time, I promise. Welcome to the stream, everyone. It's time for session 14 of Watch for Falling Meteors. Gamelon's out tonight, and Stefan might bail on us, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see, I guess the quick disclaimers. If you're having a good time, you like watching the show, be sure to follow so that you get notified whenever we go live. We also do Mech Warrior Badly. We gotta just call the show that. We playing Mech Warrior Badly on Fridays, and then Mondays or Tuesdays I try to stream DM Prep. I actually didn't get to this week, but also I'm way ahead of where the party is right now, so we haven't been doing it. Anyways, it's time to get started. I only have one person with inspiration, so who would be interested in giving our recap tonight?
I can try.
Okay.
When last we took up, we had finished off everybody at the keep. We collected our items, including the contents of 3 locked chests. Included lots of money, scrolls, various other items. And then we left the keep and returned back to let Karen know we had cleaned it out and killed the queen and all her nasties. During the return, trying to remember her name was Solana? Sarala. Yeah, Sarala. The woman with the penchant for catnip. She decided she could not stay with us. She turned herself to a tiger and returned home, despite Weedle's persuasiveness. After returning,
God, in the recap, really, that was a pretty good one. Really,
got to start.
It was
early.
Pretty good.
Upon returning back, to meet Karen, we actually met Arcturus. Is it Arcturus or Arturus with no C?
Lady Arturus?
Lady Arturus. Okay, no C.
I think.
Okay.
Yes, still no C.
And Heligon. Karen's sister, I believe, who appeared quite tomboyish at the beginning, to say the least. After our introductions and libations were had, the group was told that a feast would be had in their honor the next day. We were then sent to town where we shopped in Penhaligon after finding out the entire penthouse floor had been reserved for us as a party, I guess in thanks for all the good deed that we had done. We went and whilst busy secured a new wand of paralysis, and we secured other needs. The party loot was sold. Gamelon went to the temple to seek guidance from Ixion, I believe it is, about what to do with the possessed sword that was won at the keep. He received a vision and left the sword compliantly at the altar, where it was eventually consumed by a bright spiritual glow over the course of several hours. The following day, we purchased fancy new duds for the feast. We headed to the party. During that feast, there was much celebration, and Lady Arturus regaled the attendees with what she had learned of each of the group members. The celebration culminated in the granting of a parcel of land to the so far unnamed group, making everyone lords and landowners. Thence we stopped.
Very good, thank you, sir. You get inspiration for the recap. Good summary of where we stand now. So
you can have my inspiration.
The one you don't have.
It's easy to give away something.
So, we finished with you guys turning in for the night after the feast was over, and I've long rested everybody, so you guys are truly at full power now. Everybody's up to max hit dice and everything. And at this point, so you decide what you want to do next. Jadarin had secured passage on a small one-sail boat with rowers that were going to get you downstream as quickly as possible to get you to Specularum. They will pass through Kelvin, but they weren't planning on stopping. So it's the next morning. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of or no, I guess it was the night before that you had the interesting encounter with, or at least Busy
Lady
had an
Arter.
interesting encounter while he was at the House of Pleasure. But so it's morning. What do you guys want to do? Anything? Do you want to do anything before getting to the boat and heading south?
Do you have a question?
Mhm.
Maybe, if I remember correct, I don't know, but maybe I got inspiration last session.
I think you did.
I don't think I used it.
I think you
So
did.
that's
Yeah,
where I'm at.
you still have
Did I
inspiration.
use it?
Yeah, I
All right,
actually
fair
misstated.
enough.
There's three
All
of
right.
you that had. I think you hadn't clicked in yet,
I
but
just-
there's 3 people that have
I just
inspiration.
clicked it. Yep. All right, fair enough. Thank you,
And
sir.
I forget where the
At the very top of your character sheet with INSP.
no, I forget where the person was that we were going to. One, Carnon was going to get his
Gotho is in Specularum.
Specularum. Okay.
Gotho's arms and armor was one place.
And the Fox.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Fox's Caducetorium was another.
But they're
I
both in
say we get on the
Specularum,
boat
right?
and head to Specularum.
Get out.
Are we? Yeah.
Is
Seems like we
Busy
should
able
go
to
there.
buy some like just general stuff to work on wand sheaths and stuff like that while traveling?
Yeah, that's
Boat?
no problem. Yeah, especially by boat.
How much money would stuff like that cost him if he's trying to build something like that?
I don't know. What's the Eberron list? I haven't had a chance to read them. I did a lot of disc golf this week instead of DMing prep, so I broke 400 on purpose for the first
It's
time,
nice weather.
and so I've just been throwing like a fucking madman now.
Is considered a wondrous item common?
Oh, okay. So common's only up to like 500 gold, isn't it? Not even that. I think common's up to 100 gold. So I would 25 golden materials.
Weedle's going to spend not the whole time, but kind of a lot of time complaining about how boats are not as good as airships.
Okay. And the river,
But
the
he is going to help.
the Chaturga River is actually pretty fast flowing river. It's very wide. And so you guys are really kind of hauling along, and the boat definitely rocks quite a bit. There's a couple spots that they're not rapids because it's definitely deep enough for the boat's draft, but it's definitely swift water. And there's a couple times where the current picks up fast enough that like the boat's even starts to list a little, so like they're having to counter steer it or row to keep it from getting sideways going down the river. It takes 1 day to reach Kelvin. You guys zoom down. Let me see. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you get all the way down to the southern joint where the Windrush River and the Shuttergurg River all kind of merge up and form just south of Kelvin. And then it's just one last shot straight to Specularum.
How long does that take?
A day. So basically by next morning, that's how far you've gotten. Because the boat's moving the entire time. It never really slows down on its journey.
I want to show off my spell. I want to show off I want to try to talk to something on the way.
Oh.
To a fish.
Yeah, I want to talk to a
Are we
fish.
gonna catch a fish?
I don't think
And
unless you
then-
guys are going to catch a fish and
I just
then
want to
try
say
and
hi
talk
to it. No, I mean, I just want to say hi to it and show off.
Okay, then yeah, you guys will have to catch a fish. There's definitely nothing on the boat.
Oh,
Well, you know
no!
what? Probably a
I'm going
bird.
to catch a fish.
At some point, a bird lands on the boat.
If we got bread or something, I'm sure we could get a
All
bird
right.
over.
Yeah.
All
All right.
fish
So
we can eat,
I
right?
don't want to slow things down.
I guess that's not
I
yet.
just
you're
want
not
to show
on the
off.
fishing boat yet.
Yeah.
A large bird lands, and you just turn to it. You cast your spell and say hello, and the bird looks and goes,
I just
"Big
want to be like,
talky man,
look, guys, I'm talking to that bird.
big talky man, what you doing?"
Tell him he's the word.
All right, the bird is the word. Is it windy?
Everyone knows
Good
it's windy.
flying day.
Thank you. All right.
He kind of turns
Thank
his
you.
head, keeps looking.
Yeah.
You have food?
Godspeed. Be off.
He's like,
You're
look
not
like you
gonna
have
answer.
berries.
All right.
It kind of sidesteps a few
I'm gonna
times.
start ignoring the bird.
It sidesteps a few times to get closer. Hey, rude talkie man, give me Barry.
Weedle comes up to Stefan.
Get in pounce mode.
Yep.
That's right.
He
Dude,
starts
eat
looking
the
at the bird, looking pretty good
Yeah.
there.
Nope.
Eat the bird.
No, the bird makes his insight check. he bails.
That's good stuff. Thank you.
He
Thanks for
does take his
humoring
shit
me.
on the rail and then he leaves.
Right.
All right. So, outside of that, it's uneventful. No encounters. It's a pretty smooth ride. As you are passing through Kelvin, there is the captain of the boat. Really, it's just the guy who owns the boat. It's not so much captain because it's very small. I mean, it's cramped. You're just kind of all like there's no decks or anything below. There's only their storage quarters and the captain. Everybody else sleeps on hammocks or just on the main deck. Anyways, the captain at one point, as you're coming up on Kelvin, comes up and announces that he needs to stop. He has a caravan owner who would like to purchase a ride down to Specularum as well. So he doesn't really ask. He just announces you're going to be stopping.
For how long?
So just long enough to pick him up.
Oh, okay.
So you guys pull up. As you slide up, it slides up to the dock. They don't even really tie off. Like they throw ropes around and hold it. And you guys are there probably 5 minutes, and you see a guy who looks. I'm sure some of you at some point in time have seen someone from Yularum, but basically he has some vague Arabic hints to his. He's definitely dark complected. He has kind of round almond eyes. He has dark hair, a very nicely trimmed goatee. His hair's kind of wavy, and he's got a fancy. He's definitely wearing fine clothing. He has traveling boots on, but the rest of him is very brightly colored pastels and silks. Anyways, he comes up, talks to the owner for just a minute. You see an exchange of coins, and then he climbs onto the boat and kind of looks around, notices the motley assortment of various races, kind of nods and steps over and kind of shifts over to a little bench that runs alongside the railing of the ship. He sits down. He just has like one bag that's actually like it's like a large silk purse. It's very nice and ornate. It's got embroidery all over it, and he's got it slung over his shoulder, kind of like a man pouch or something. Anyways, he sits and kind of looks around at everybody and just keeps to himself. And after that, they cast off the rope, shove away, and start downriver.
Is Yularum the one that hates arcane magic?
Yularum does not like wizards. That is correct.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go sit on the bench
arcane
behind
magic
and
is
strike up a
outlawed in
conversation.
Yularum. I'm
I
sorry?
think we're not there.
I'm gonna go sit down beside him and strike up a conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, heading to Specularum?
Yes. How are you, furry one?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you.
That's funny because you're furry.
Yes.
It is nice. That is nice to meet you. My name is Telasir. He actually rattles off a lot more, and he stops him. He's like, Telasir Akmal. Telasir, it is nice to meet you. He offers a hand.
For a paw.
Okay. He shakes your hand.
Are you a trader?
That is probably a bit narrow. Consider me an entrepreneur. I didn't catch your name.
I'm Weedle. I like airships. So what do you entrepreneur? What sort of businesses do you run?
Well, I run a caravan. I have several houses of pleasure. I run an import business. I do a lot of different things.
This is very interesting because we have recently come into possession of some property and we'd like to set up some trade routes. Perhaps it may be a business opportunity for you in the future.
Well, where is your property?
Oh, I don't know. You have to ask them
Congratulations,
for that.
Lord. Oh. So,
It's
well,
somewhere. It's somewhere around here, and I just point in the general direction, northwest.
We have land.
yeah, that's accurate. It would be northwest.
It's northwest of
It's
Hell
northwest of
no,
Riflian.
northwest of Kelvin. Yeah,
It's
Riflian.
northwest of Kelvin, yeah. Okay, Before or after Verge?
Before.
It's before Verge.
Okay. Before or after Riflian?
It's after Riflian.
Okay,
It's
so
west
along
of
the
Riflian.
Windrush River, what's your domain called?
I don't know. I'll look over at the group. Nance, what are we called?
It's just the Windrush Plains right now.
The Windrush Plains Limited
Okay.
Incorporated.
That's interesting because I thought that area was known as the Windrush Plains already. So that's easy. People won't have to learn the name of your realm. Unfortunately, there's not really anything up there.
Oh, but there will
Yes.
I have occasionally, and he looks over. That is the right attitude, my friend. Well, I suppose introductions in order. My name is Telesir, and who are you?
I'm Nace.
Stefan.
Busy.
Arnon.
Oh, and Gamlon weighs in somewhere in there. Well, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. What
What is your name again, sir?
Telesir. I have no real trading prospects in that area, but once you're set up, look me up. You can usually find me in Specularum, or at least ask upon me there, and you'll meet some of my employees who could at least act in my stead. I'm always looking for new trade routes. If you could make something lucrative in that direction, I suppose I would head that way, but as of now, going past Riflian is unlikely in that direction. Verge and Threshold don't exactly offer a lot, and those passages are definitely fraught with danger. They're a little close to the mountains. And they're a long way from the Duke's forces. The last I heard, Threshold is actually facing encroachment by some of the monstrous races.
That might not be a problem anymore. We did kill a lot of orcs, goblins, and hobgoblins, gnolls around
Yes.
that area, Wolfwood Hills.
Orcs.
So, let me ask you a question then. What exactly have you heard? So, you were the ones. Is it Hildreth Keep?
Was that the actual name?
Could
I
be.
don't remember.
I think it's Hildereth, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All we saw was
Assume
the
he said the right name.
The Queen's Keep is what we have, so
Yeah. Oh, that's true. At some point, we did mention. I think it's Hildrath Keep or Hildareth Keep.
Yeah.
I heard about that when I was just talking to some people in Kelvin. Word travels fast.
See, we're in business ourselves. We're kind of like exterminators.
Exterminators. An adventuring party.
Yes.
Do you have a name?
Still coming up with a good one. Right now,
I'm
we're
a
going by
Boondoggle.
Scions of Stalenford and
other stuff.
That doesn't
Do
really
whatever you
roll off
do.
the tongue.
Don't call us the Avengers. We hate that.
Huh. The Avengers is kind of catchy. Seems like you could really probably build a name on that. Maybe an entire.
People would marvel.
God damn it, Scott! You can have it. You can have an inspiration.
Oh yay!
It only took 180 puns, but I'll cave in. You can have
Wore
it.
him down.
Yeah, you just wore me
Next
down
pun
with the
takes
puns.
it away.
That's all right. I'll lose it.
Yeah,
I'll lose it
one
in
more
3
and that's
minutes.
it. I'm taking it back. Well, if you ever get a name and name your domain, As I said, look after me. Ask for me in Specularum. I have many contacts there, and perhaps we could set up a trade route to your area. I would assume you'd be willing to offer me some interesting discounts.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You also said you had other businesses. What might they be?
Well, I do handle an import business, working mostly out of Thyatis. That's taken a bit of a downturn lately with, what's been going on. So, outside of that, I also handle several houses of pleasure in Yularum proper, um, on the western coast. Sorry, he doesn't say coast. On the western rim. I don't really get too deeply into the Elysian these days. Most of my travels keep me in places that are more profitable right now, which obviously is Selenica and Specularum. It's where most of my trading takes place.
Okay.
Travel pretty light for a man of such means.
Oh, well, I just unloaded my entire caravan in Kelvin. Now I'm just trying to make my way back and forming a new one. That caravan's continuing all the way to Darrocan City, so I don't really intend to go that far out of my way for the numbers involved, and I'll be missing out on too many good deals. So opportunity costs and whatnot, you understand.
Do you have any magic weapons you'd trade for gold?
That's an interesting question. I carry a dagger, but I'm not interested in parting with it. No.
Fair enough.
At least
Just
not at a
checking.
price you would find fair.
Yep. Understood. Thank you, sir.
So, what takes you to Specularum?
This boat.
Boom.
It's funny the first time.
No, we have more
Apparently, we're
adventure.
doing another extermination.
Yeah.
In Specularum, I didn't know there was a problem there.
Not in
Beyond
Specularum.
Specularum.
We're heading out west.
Oh, interesting. The Shires?
I think it's Western Kerameikos.
Getting warmer.
Well,
Funny,
that would be
so
the
that might
Shires, unless you mean
No,
Fort
no,
Doom,
Western
but-
Kerameikos.
But Fort Doom is the only thing I know west.
I'm along
Well,
for the adventure.
we don't work typically with the bigger cities. Generally, like we'll be based somewhere like that, and then we'll have to venture like up into the mountains or the hills and things. So where exactly it is, we don't know, but it's just in Western Kerameikos. So.
It's interesting. Well, I'm always looking for rumors and news. Would you care to share what's happening there?
It sounds like just more goblins and kobolds and things.
Oh, I was hoping it was for something more interesting. You know of the revolts, yes?
I don't.
Please tell us about the revolts.
Wow. Yes, in Thyatis. It's been kind of weird this summer. They started off. They've scheduled games like twice a month, which they're a bloodthirsty sort. I hope he kind of notices Stefan kind of has Thaatian attributes and says, "No offense," but which you are aware, Stefan. They really like their gladiatorial games in Thyatis. But they've been scheduling many games, and there's been some sort of infighting happening in the military, I guess. There's been a rift over the Church of Valia, which I'm sure you all know. Valia is one of their most honored immortals, but there's been a rift in her teachings, and it's led to outright revolts. And the last I heard, one of the legions out east on the Isle of Dawn actually, I guess defected's the wrong word, but they stopped obeying orders. on the grounds that Valia didn't want them to. It's really weird. There's been a lot of dissension in the Thaetian military, which is not something I'm used to, that I think anyone's used to seeing. It's always been their strength is the loyalty of their forces. So it's a troubling time.
And that with the Alphatians on the other side having problems.
I heard some issues with the Alphatians, but nothing specific. What have you heard?
There was something about a spy being found in the other neighboring country.
Oh,
Gallantry.
yes, in Glantry. I did hear about that. Wow. I mean, it's not surprising, really. The two of them hate each other. I don't really understand what's behind all that, but I guess not every country can be as unified as Yularum is, so... It's interesting. Do you know of news in Alphatia specifically?
No, we just heard the rumors of the spy and some of his collaborators being put to death. That's it. That's all I remember hearing.
Oh, that's actually more than I heard. I only heard talk of a spy, not what the spy actually did. Well, that's interesting. Well then, thank you for the exchange. It's always nice to hear new information. So, if there was anything else you remembered about your trip?
I mean, we did kill the Pretender Ilyana, but you already heard of that, I'm assuming.
Well, I heard of the keep. I knew that someone was working at Hillidrith Keep in the mountains. I didn't know why. Ilyana, you say?
Yep.
Would that be the illegitimate son, allegedly, of
Legitimate daughter, you mean?
Daughter, perhaps?
sorry, did I say son?
Yeah.
I wasn't
Oh.
judging.
I don't know where my head is. Yes, the illegitimate daughter of the former Lord of Penhaligon?
I think it was something like that.
Huh.
She'd found some fancy, terrible sword that allowed her to control some goblinoids, but we dealt with that. We've destroyed that too, so.
Wow.
She actually had a pretty cool throne.
Well,
Not sure if you're in the market.
for a throne.
We sold that throne?
Did we?
I don't think so. You
I don't
guys,
think we had a buyer for that.
you haven't found a buyer yet. You were gonna leave it with
Yeah, we did. We left it.
with
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Um,
She was going to try it out.
You can always come
Yeah.
back.
yeah, she'll try it out. If you pressed her to commit, she would just say, "I'm not gonna pay a lot for this." Like,
We'll see.
But-
She'll have it for a few weeks at this point.
it's
Yep.
true.
And
By the
she'll
time you guys
really
get
used
around
to
this
it.
way again, maybe she'll have worn a butt dent in. You can at least charge her a retainer for it. Well, outside of that, Telesir doesn't have anything else.
We eat free fish and
There's still no free fish. You're not on the fishing boat yet.
oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. You have
Seems
to get
like
to the-
maybe Neil is
Speaking of, is
definitely out.
Jadarin traveling with us?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. He said you can or should NPC me, so it's no problem. I've
Is
already got him.
Jadarin traveling with us?
Jadarin is traveling with you, yes,
Okay.
does he know this other
but only to
entrepreneur
Specular.
trader?
He does not know Telesir.
Okay.
Well, I didn't give up his business.
That's actually true. You didn't. That's good. So, what is your plan? Anything else, or just continuing the ride to Specularum?
I'd
down
just
the
like to
river.
get Specularum.
Okay. Well, the rest of the journey's pretty straightforward, uneventful. It takes another day to reach Specularum. You arrive at the docks in Mirror Bay, where it empties out. And so Specularum itself is a very large city. It's more than a mile. It's probably 3 miles across. maybe even 5 in some spots. It's surrounded by a tall 50-foot manned wall. There's towers all the way around it. It is a proper city, like fortified city. The In the center of the city, there's a large hill that it's been built on, and you can see the Duke's Keep on top of that, which it's more than a keep. It's a flat-out full-size castle. Surrounded by an inner wall, you can see another midway wall between it and the outer walls of the city. And as you're sailing in, it's all kind of up above you, except it kind of sprawls down the hillside down to where it reaches the bay. The river that's coming out of Specularum that passes through down to the coast, which you can see now as you're getting close, it actually kind of narrows down real skinny and then widens out into a large bay and then narrows again, and then after that it's artificially narrowed by large like walls that have been built straight into the ocean until it's so narrow that maybe 3 ships could pass abreast where the central towers meet. And as a result, the bay itself is just crystal still. Which is where it got the name Mirror Bay from. It's very calm and still, even for having ships pass through it. And it's just naturally shielded from the wind with the high cliffs on the east side of it and Specularum on the west sloping up into a large hillside. So as you come into Mirror Bay, from this end you don't have to go past the walls, and you're able to ride up to the harbor docks, but the sailing vessel pulls off to, this little riverboat pulls off to the north side of the bay, west being where Specularum would be, kind of pulls off to the north side of the bay to just some smaller docks, as opposed to the ones with large deep drafts. So here the water gets shallow enough you can almost see you can actually see the bottom. It's shallow for a while, but you get all the way up to the smaller docks here, because this boat probably only has a 4 or 5 foot draft. And they get docked up, and they all start unloading. The captain wishes you well, and Jadarin hops off the boat, the spring in his step, holding a bag over his shoulder, and he seems eager to get started and head for the ship.
While we're walking, Busy wants to ask about how we're supposed to handle the inhabitants of the keep if we have any documents from him to prove ownership if some of them would actually surrender to it.
So I have my document, but I suppose I could have it copied at the monastery, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see this being a problem, because anybody who is there is not allowed to be there, okay? So...
what if they somehow produce their own illegitimate documents to try and contest yours?
Well, as you said, they're illegitimate. I'm hiring you to make sure they're not there when I get there.
It just might help incentivize some of them to leave easily.
Once you let me know that it's safe, I will have some men that will report a couple days after you arrive. So some men that are on the fishing boat will come a little later once you've had time to clear it out. And then once they know it's safe, I'll be along in time. Like, the keep's not going anywhere, right?
They don't call it a keep for nothing.
Don't want it to get reinfested.
Well, I'll have my men there then.
Okay.
So he's walking pretty briskly along the dock. He definitely seems very familiar here. And he is just beelining along the dock if you're trying to keep up with him.
Well, he knows we're going shopping, yes?
I don't think you guys ever discussed it with him.
Oh, well, we need
We
to discuss
discussed that
with
we were going to be here for a day or so.
Yeah,
told
we
him
did.
it's not
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah, you
easy to
mentioned
spend
that,
the
but you
day.
didn't tell him why. So he's just trucking along the docks.
So, what's your boat so we can find it later?
We're going right there. I'll take you to her right now.
Okay, and then you realize we're going to be here for about a day, right?
Sure. If it takes a day, it takes an hour, maybe. We'll see.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
Okay. He keeps bringing you along. It doesn't take long. He navigates the maze of the docks, ducking in and out of barrels and crates and sidestepping around people. Like he's definitely quite familiar. He's in his element right now. He does stop and like shake hands with a couple people, points at a guy, calls him a scoundrel. Like they laugh and keep going. After about 5 minutes, he's gotten all the way, like a quarter of the way around the docks, and he starts down one of the long piers that goes out deeper into the water. And you can see two ships, one massive, full, like a giant galley. It's got like 3 decks on the back, 2 in the front. It must have 4 subdecks, 3 masts plus like a bow mast and an aft sail. Like this thing's gigantic. And then as you get around it, you see this much smaller, humble little boat. You can see emblazoned in a wood placard that's been bolted to the side of it. It reads Brigantine. And he goes right on past the big, bright, shiny giant ship and goes up to the little ship that's just got a little gangplank with, little rungs on it so you don't slip. And he stops. You hear him call up, and he's like, Luciano! Luciano! And after a little pause, you see a guy poke his head over the top. What the fuck do you want? And he's like, Luciano, you don't talk to me that way. They start arguing a little bit. They switch to Darrocan. They argue and jabber pretty quickly. I don't believe any of you speak Darrocan. You might understand a word or two. Oh, look at that. Neil's here.
Are we sure he's an NPC?
Well, he won't be now. Hide self view.
That's a bot.
It's a bot. Actually, I need to just disconnect that one. Leave meeting, and let's rename Gamelon Neil. There we go. Look at that. Neil made it. Welcome,
is
sir.
It my turn?
I have to.
Weedle steps up to the lectern and said, Gamelon was a good friend of mine. Oh, Neil's here.
Oh, it's funny stuff. Second, Neil, I'm releasing your character. All right, he should be available now. Okay. Didn't miss a whole lot, Neil. They met a merchant named Telesir from Yalarum. Exchanged rumors about various news they've heard, and then arrived in Specularum, and Jedaran is taking you guys to the ship, the Brigantine. And that's it.
Okay.
You're muted if you're saying stuff.
Now that we know the Brigantine, we can go to Specularum and do our business.
Get the bigger ship.
Gonna need
Can't
a bigger
hear
boat.
you.
All right, I am going to go ahead and I'll just
need
preload
some
it.
stuff done.
Preload the Brigantine.
Well, Gamelon's not going to be saying too much right now. He's eating, so he's just in awe of this little ship that's going to take us along the way.
Okay.
Probably excited to get back out on the open water. I get it. Stunned, speechless.
That's right.
Okay.
Going for a
So they
swim.
argue for a little bit, and then finally, a man in a rather, he's wearing mostly leather. He's got like a cloth tunic under it, but he's wearing leather armor. It's all very dashing looking though, like the pieces are cut really fancy, and he's wearing a large captain's hat with a big obnoxious feather in it. He sweeps that off, comes down. You can see his hair is just matted. This guy doesn't bathe a lot. And he steps down and he's like, hello, I'm Captain Luciano Emeriti. And I'm taking you to, he looks over and he's like, Lake Amsarac? Okay. So I'm taking you to Lake Amsarac. When are we leaving?
We got to take care of some business, and then we'll be back probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. So 9 a.m., yes?
Yeah, we'll say noon.
No.
Nights don't work that way.
Yeah.
And no. We are not leaving here at noon. Yeah.
We can always
9
wait
a.m.
another day.
9 p.m.
Jack, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, fine. The captain just stops looking at Weedle. He looks over. He looks over at Jadarin and he goes, "My ship." You see, and you hear Jadarin grumble something in Derrican. He's like, "My ship leaves at 9 a.m. tomorrow." Slaps on his cap. He turns around. "Secondo!" And starts rattling at him and something. You see another guy like peek out over the railing down. It's another very Derrican man. He is not wearing leather, but he is wearing like an XO's uniform. He's definitely an officer. He leans down and he's like, "What do you want?" And Luciano looks up and he's like, "Yes, blah, blah," and he starts rattling off in Derrican to him, and the guy starts moving stuff. You see some of them start coming down to grab crates and stuff. They are prepping for a voyage. Luciano walks up the gangplank disappears past the railing and doesn't even give you guys a look back. Actually, Gamelon, you don't speak Derrican, but you've been around enough Derrican sailors that you do understand that he was giving orders to start loading supplies for the journey.
Yep.
Well, we best be quick getting our stuff done if we want to be ready for tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. So, where to
Go
first?
shopping or what?
We need
Yeah,
to
you
find
gotta-
that. We need to find that armor.
Because I got to
Yeah.
get my.
Yeah,
So-
Gotho's arms and armor. I want to go to the Caducetorium, I think, but
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to look for.
Busy will go to both shops at whatever point we go to both shops.
Mm,
Caducetorium.
yep.
Okay.
I'm on board.
Anything to Jadarin before he leaves? So Jadarin's like, "Well, I've got you here. There's your ship. You're going to do wonderful. I can feel it. And this is where we part ways."
all right. Guess we'll be here at 9 tomorrow.
Yes. Please be here at 9. Captain
PM?
Luciano's one of my best, but kind of a little bit of a prick. So he will shove off at 9, with or without you. And just between you and me, you miss his boat. You just have to get another one, your own dime. It's not my problem. I'm sorry.
And-
On your own silver. It's not my problem.
And all the free fish.
On this boat, free fish, yes. You missed this boat. I don't know where you're getting free fish.
Okay, sounds good. There you go, Weedall. 9 a.m. tomorrow. Free fish.
901.
Mm.
Okay. Jadarin heads off, and he's like, that's it. You just see him kind of slip into the crowd, and he's gone. Off to do whatever deals he does. So,
Sweet.
where are you planning to get to first?
Probably Gotho first.
Okay.
Going through the armor reshaping as
Yeah,
fast
that
as
make-
possible.
Yes,
may take
Gotho's
longer.
armor and arms is easy to get. It's easy to find.
And Fox
Um,
was a magic user, right?
The Fox's Caducetorium the Fox is actually supposedly one of the more powerful mages in Specularum. But he's retired.
Gotcha.
So he will. It's pretty easy to get directions to point you out to where Gotho's armor and arms is, and yeah, they give you directions. Unless you guys want to get too detailed, you guys can arrive at the shop, no problem. You get directed to Unicorn Street. It's basically kind of the adventurers ward. It's usually where there's big spenders, people that came into new money. This is usually pretty popular here. And some of the adventurers guilds are actually here. It's a weird mix of like shadowed alleys and very nice taverns, mostly because a lot of new structures get thrown up here all the time, and the planning and permitting is pretty loose and fast. So it definitely leads to some weird back alleys and cul-de-sacs that can make it a bit of a maze. On the way up, you do see a couple drunken brawlers in the street, just kind of throwing down outside of a tavern. It's getting a bit of a crowd watching. It's just, Gamelon, you're positive. It's two sailors. Just They probably just got in. It's shore leave. They're getting their drunk on quickly. They're going to make sure and get all they can out of this land time.
Oh, well met, lads.
Before long, you arrive at the shop. It's a 2-story building made of finely carved stone. There's a smooth stone floor inside the open doorways, a set of open double doors. You also see there is a monolith of a blue crystal standing like on the roof of the building that just weirdly pulses. It's not massive, but it's like a topper on top of the building that just has this weird pulsing. And it definitely, all the directions you're given are just look for the blue crystal. You'll see it. So,
See that every day.
So, when you step into the shop, there is a thin female who has tinted red skin, fiery red locks. Not like bat, it's a little too pink. Fiery red curls cascading down, but she's got a large headband tied over, trying to hold it all back, and her mane's just spilling out of it. She is she's got greasy soot on her arms. She's wearing a smith's apron, and you can tell the way the building is set up. You have a front room that has all displays, and there's all sorts of armor and helmets and gauntlets and just you name it. There's weapons all over the walls, and then you can see there's 2 large archways that go back into where you can see an orange glow coming from. So the forges look like they're indoors but separated. There is a weird fluttering of hot and cold air suggesting that maybe the back end of the building's open. But you can hear the occasional hammer tink, hot things being plunged into water. So she apparently, it looks like she has apprentices that do some work for her. She has it's not so much a counter as just a big sturdy table with not really anything hidden behind it. It's just on big rugged legs. She walks up and kind of eyes all of you walking in, nods a little bit, and just stares at you expectantly.
Hello. I have some mithril plate I would like to have taken in. So I understand you are the best around for that job. Can you
She
help
looks
me?
you down. Yes. Gotho can do.
I need it kind of quickly. So what kind of rate might I talk you into?
Gotho is fast. Start talking.
I just need it resized, but by tomorrow morning, preferably tonight.
She kind of strokes her chin a little bit. This depends. This depends if armor is shit. Let me
Where's
see.
the armor?
Here, take a look at my armor.
Well, you're not
I-
wearing it at the moment.
Is
It's in the
that what
bag.
It's
isn't
in it's in the
It's
bag.
in the
yes.
bag of
So-
it? Yeah.
holding.
Okay. All right.
Is that
Yeah,
what you're calling it these days?
You'll pull the armor out and lay it out, and she goes. All of a
Excuse me
sudden,
while I whip this
shifts. Her eyes kind of light up. She goes, "Oh, okay. Armor is not shit. This is very nice."
This is from Hairdress Keep.
She takes and pulls it up. No, stupid, it is not. She points to a little symbol on the inside back collar. She's going, "No, this is made by Master Elvin Smith. This is
No,
from..."
we found it in Hairdress Keep.
Don't care where you
Figured
found it.
out.
You said where it's made. This is not where it's made. This was made Kennelbot Forest. Alfheim. Hey, who made this for you?
We don't know who made it. We took it off a dead queen.
Well, hopefully you wear it better than her, right? Huh? Wait, her queen.
No doubt. It's Elvin.
This was a big queen.
Well, she was a
She was
self-appointed.
taller
queen.
than you. Hold
That's
on,
not
come here,
hard to
come
do.
here. She's
I'm
like,
an
come here. She grabs your arm, roughly, yanks it over and puts her arm around your bicep, and she goes, "Okay, yes, yes, I can take it in." Just need to hold on. She's like, evil eye! Evil eye! Starts screaming. You hear a hammer drop. A young man runs out. He's kind of sweaty too. He has the same kind of slightly tinted skin. He also has like a bandana tied over his head. You notice his hair is almost bluish, hanging down. She looks and she's like, evil eye! He takes and he looks and he's like, oh, and he runs back inside, like back around the archway. There's a slight pause and she looks and she's like, stupid kids, right? And he comes back out and he has like a cap on over his bandana at this point. She's like, yeah, measure him. We're taking in that armor. I need blah, blah, blah. And she starts rattling off, does anyone speak Abyssal?
Nope.
Okay. Probably didn't. She rattles off something in a language that sounds really weird. Almost like someone talking backwards. And he nods and he grabs a tape and he runs over to start doing measurements around Karnan.
Like someone talking backwards, huh?
Yeah.
Busy might like stare a bit intently, trying to figure out what is being spoken and what kind of actual race Gotho.
Sure. Give me a perception and investigation check. I mean, perception and insight.
Yeah.
I think I had that Black Sabbath album. Okay. You're not picking up anything visually what's going on here, but you kind of make the connection. They are trying to hide something about their heads. So, definitely, as you think about it, you're like, his bandana had points on it. Like, as you're replaying it, just trying to go back through your head, like, his bandana had points. So,
Okay.
something weird's going on.
Yeah.
Is that a common race in these lands at all, or no?
Give me a history check. Okay, apparently you read this book. You think they're tieflings.
Yeah.
Which is extremely rare. You've never
Right,
seen
okay.
one. You've only read about tieflings. It's what you've read suggested that it's just a human lineage who has devil blood somewhere in their past. But you've definitely never seen it. You've rarely heard of it. But you think you might actually be looking at tieflings right now.
Busy might stare a little bit awkwardly as he realizes this stuff. But
yeah. So she doesn't seem to take notice. She seems rather thrilled with the armor. As soon as Evil Eye finishes taking measurements, she like cuffs him in the back of the head, and he runs back in the back. She says, "Okay, so let's talk about the money. You have a lot of money if you want this a lot of fast."
Depends on how much a lot we're talking.
You want by tonight? Well,
Yes,
let's
by
see.
tonight.
Like I said, it's
I have
not
to
shit
leave at
armor.
9 o'clock in the morning. If you're open early, I can pick it up tomorrow. Gives you the night to work on it.
Well, typically I'm not open that early, but if you have a lot, then we open a lot. So, let's see. Okay, 500 gold.
500 gold.
500
quick.
gold. I'll
was
have it
quick.
done tonight. I'll drop everything. I'll do just this.
That sounds like a 400 gold kind of thing.
Trying to negotiate.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, if you throw out that 500 quick.
400 gold seems more like a tomorrow deal.
Yeah. Early tomorrow?
Maybe when I get done tomorrow.
Yeah, I can do 500. I'll do it. So we
Okay.
can move on and get everybody else's stuff taken care of.
Okay. No problem. 500 done. You pay me when it's finished. You don't come pay me, I keep the armor. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. So, finish the rest of you. What else do you need?
Looking around, this is all just armor or armor and weapons.
Armor. She does have weaponry as well.
What kind of weaponry?
Pretty much anything made of metal. anything that needs metal, sturdy weapons. She doesn't have like you notice there aren't any rapiers on the wall or anything like that. It's
Shaw
all
is worthless to me.
broadswords, gladiuses. It's a cestus. It's all really badass stuff. Big heavy pole arms. A halberd looks like it would cut a horse in half.
Is there any nice short swords, and maybe Karnon's in the market
That's what I was
for
gonna say.
that?
Anything mystically enhanced, perhaps short swords?
She does have short swords that are enchanted. They're magical. They are not extraordinary. But yeah, she has short swords that are enchanted now. They're enchanted to be magically sharp, magically balanced for weight. Short version, +1 short swords.
Did
Perhaps,
Stefan have any melee weapons he wanted to? I guess you're using a rapier right now, right?
He is using a rapier.
Yeah, I got a couple daggers. You don't by chance have any heavy crossbows or bolts or anything magical? I'm looking for magical things.
I could make magical crossbow bolts.
What do they do?
They're just better balance. They'll pierce armor better. They're just magical. It's a simple enchantment, but it won't persist. Like once fired, delivers its impact, and then it's just a normal bolt, assuming it survives.
Effectively +1 arrows.
Yeah, she can make +1 crossbow bolts, but once you shoot
How
them,
long
that's it.
How long you working tonight? I mean,
I'm working.
I know you're
super
working
long,
some armor.
super long, super fast for doing the armor. So how many you want?
Well, ideally 20.
Oh, 20 is a lot. 20 is a lot of time. 20 is
Get him on the return trip.
Yeah.
20 is 400 gold. And you have to understand, Evil Eye and his stupid brother will be making them.
Oh boy.
They'll fly straight. Money back.
Money back.
If they don't,
It's
just come back.
funny. Yeah, make them.
Okay.
Wait, do I need
Evil
to buy
Eye!
now?
Evil Eye!
It's fine.
Let's see. She's like, let me look at you. She looks at you. She looks at Karnon. No, you come back with him. So, he doesn't pay me. Keep the gauntlets. Fair?
Oh no. No, we have a separate deal going here.
Oh no, same time deal. Same time deal.
Same time, perhaps. Yeah.
Don't
better
pay
flesh straight.
together.
We
It's
might-
fine.
better flesh straight.
We might discuss the short swords though. Maybe a deal with the short swords.
You like a short sword? See, that's a very nice. Look.
I noticed
She pulls
you-
down the short swords. She puts them down, like she lays them across the armor. She's like, oh, they match. They're perfect match. But they do not match, not even remotely. They have totally different pattern on them. They've got like dragon claws, like dragon maws for the hilt guards. They're like, looks like they're eating the blade, and they.
And now I'm getting a little concerned about the workmanship here.
The fuck. She drops them and looks.
Oh no.
Oh, you insult me now.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud. I'm just.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never
Karnon
mind.
is thinking.
Never
Karnon is
mind.
thinking.
Okay.
When she's trying to pass off these perfectly matching short swords, I'm a little.
They look exquisite. They just don't match your armor. So
I'm not too worried about that, but I did notice you said they're enchanted right now.
yes.
What
yes.
exactly does right now mean?
Oh, they're ready. I hand them to you.
Would
Ah!
it be
She
enchanted
takes and pulls
tomorrow?
one off, and she goes, "Whoonk," and just the corner of the table just slices off. So she slices through. It'd basically be like a 2x4. Just chunk, just chops the end off. It flies away. You notice there's actually like a couple spots missing out of the table. This is not the first time she has demonstrated a weapon on the table. She pulls it out. Look, clean, perfect, sharp edge, never get
I'm
dull.
paying good for the armor. So, what kind of a deal can you make on the 2 short swords? Given I'll give you back my non-enchanted short swords.
Worthless
Let me
ones.
see if they're shit.
I will present then my short swords to her.
Okay, she takes a look at them. They're not shit.
Where can she enchant them?
She looks at it. Yes, they may hold the enchantment. It's not really best metal for it. These are Kalari, yes?
Why, yes.
I do like the Kalari blade. You need it tomorrow?
I need it at the same time, yes. I can't leave without the
Hmm.
short swords.
Won't be ready tomorrow. Being honest, these match your armor better. So, elven sword, elven armor, they do match better. Okay, you got me. How about this? 1,000 gold for both? I changed the hilts for you. You get Gotho, superior blade. You get Kalari, pretty flowery. Match your armor.
Wow, 1,000. Now we're up to 1,500 gold.
Yes. But this
Well, you're fine.
separate deal, right? You said separate deal. So that deal's done. This is separate deal. Okay.
yeah,
Keep normal
think
hilts on these. We go 990.
I mean, they are magic. What are the swords? They also
That'd be plus one short
Plus
swords.
Not a bad deal.
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
We're in it to win it. Yes.
Perfect. She takes and immediately turns around. She's like, Everlight! Everlight! He comes running out. She starts gibbering to him in the weird backwards language. And he's like, he's nodding, and he takes and he pulls out a little chalk pad, like a little chalkboard, and he starts marking on it. And you can see he makes marks and like draws a crossbow bolt and makes some marks. And then she's talking to him, he takes and you see him drawing. And everything he does is pictures, but he draws like a sword, and you can see he's showing a hilt off of it. So he nods, he takes all four of the blades, and he takes them back behind the archway. They'll be ready tonight.
Awesome.
Tell you what, I feel bad. I'll work extra hard. Armor ready tonight, too.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, this is good. Anyone else?
I want to get her attention, right? I'm talking to her.
Sure.
And suggest to her that I was a bit excited about buying things, and I don't want to take up too much of her time. And if any of my other teammates want to get stuff done, I don't need that many bolts.
No, Evil Eye do that. Stupid easy. He's not the dumb one.
I don't think very many of us need metal stuff at this point, so I think we're mostly
The
good.
thing I used is wood.
Everyone happy with their armor?
I don't have armor.
You have a shield.
I don't
Yes,
think I'm at a point yet
I do have a
to
shield, yeah.
improve yet, right?
May
Just
I?
wearing a shield right now.
She looks. I didn't know how to ask. May I? She's holding out to rub your shell.
Oh,
right.
oh yeah, I suppose so.
She rubs your shell. She's like, "Oh, thank you. It was very nice." I clean your mace.
Oh, I suppose. Actually, it's probably pretty clean already.
It is pretty clean. She's just offering to clean it anyway because you're a turtle. She's just
Sure.
being nice to you because you're a turtle.
I'll let her look. I'll let her do them both because I've got Crash
Okay.
and the Mace of Smiting.
Okay. She goes, Grook! Out of the other archway, like on the other side of her, you see another boy come out. This one looks straight up human. He's not wearing a weird bandana or anything. He has kind of wavy, dirty blonde hair. It's greasy. You can tell he's definitely working the forge hard. He comes out. He doesn't have a shirt on. He's just got like breeches and a blacksmith's apron draped down. He's small. He's probably 13 or 14 years old. But boy, his arms are just corded muscle. This kid's going to be pretty stout by the time he's a man. He comes in. Yes, mama. He says, clean this. Offers the mace over to him. He's like, oh, he sees you're a turtle. And then immediately he's like, okay, I got it. So you can tell he's at first, he's looking for dirt on it. It doesn't seem like it's dirty at all. But he takes it around back to work on it.
Yeah, so unless she's got magic bracers or any kind of magic shields, I don't think there's anything here for me.
No bracers. I do have shields. They I don't know if they're in your price range, but yes, I do have magical shields. She points to a couple on the wall. There's one that's like a big round, like a standard round shield, like a Viking style. It's got the edges of it are just a solid metal band, and then it's got like a crossed band through the center and a big metal knob in the front, and then it has like look like aged oaken planks over it. And then there's also a more traditional kite style shield that's just a nice little bit of a curve to it and forms your standard, heraldic knight symbol. Both of them are blank. They don't have any type of embossing or anything on the front of them. They're just straight steel. There's a little bit of etching on them, but nothing like a specific design. Those definitely they're hardened. They're nearly indestructible. They are 5,000 gold. Either one, take your pick.
Oh, I think you're right about that being too rich for my blood.
Yeah, sorry. I can also enchant armor if anyone needs armor enchanted. Same price.
So does that sound like they're +1 shields, or do they sound like they're?
Yeah, they're +1 shields. They're +1 shields. She can also make your armor +1. She'll charge 5,000 for it.
I don't think she can make my armor +1.
No, not yours.
Tattoos.
+1 shell.
So
But
this
why
is
does
going.
+1
This will hurt.
AC
This will
so
hurt a
much
lot.
Bolt on the extra plating.
Right. Okay. Well, if that's it then, she will get the short swords readied, the crossbows readied, and resize your armor. I think it's everybody. Oh, your mace is brought back out. It is actually gleaming, like it's catching every ounce of light in the room. He did an excellent job cleaning it. She takes and looks at it. And she's going, you embarrassed me. I'm sorry. He cleaned it the best he could.
Oh, it looks magnificent.
You can see Gruck kind of smiles a little bit as she slaps him over the head and he leaves.
I think we want to go to the other magic shops.
Okay, so you want to head to the Fox's Caducetorium, correct?
Yes. We'll be back later for those.
Okay. So, also located in the Adventurers District, not surprising.
Hooray!
The Fox's Caducetorium is a large tower. It looks like it's about 3 stories tall. It has a wide archway entrance of double doors that open when you approach. It's a 3-story. It's timber and brick. The door, as it opens, you can see it is reinforced wood. It has like metal bands on the inside. There is a slender male human standing at a counter inside. He looks very inquisitively at you as you enter the building.
You said old human?
No. He's a slender male. He doesn't look terribly old. He says, "Welcome to the Fox's Caducetorium. How may I help you, masters?"
Oh, we were told you had some magic items and scrolls and such.
Well, we do have access to many things that wielders of the arcane might find useful. That's correct.
Or the divine.
What are you in the market for? Not so much.
They never do.
So my buddy Stefan and I are looking for things that make us a little bit more or less likely to be hit.
You
Or
seek
him.
bracers of defense, cloak of protection, or ring.
Yes.
I don't have any of those. I'm sorry.
Boo.
Nothing to see here, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, I'll stick around.
Do you have something that would be allegorical to those?
Wands.
I do have many wands. I have a rod.
One of our guys likes wands.
I spent a lot of money on wands already, but maybe you have other ones that would be good for
I don't
us.
know how wands are
Two of your
allegorical.
people like wands.
Oh, that's right. You can.
Oh,
use
he was answering
no.
Gimla
No, it
bringing
was-
it up. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Um,
He played it right.
My stock is much more offensively focused currently.
Fair enough.
I do have
We've
many.
been told we're very offensive.
I have a few selections you may be interested in. He goes over to one of the shelves and pulls down a large mahogany case. He lays it down, tips it up. It's on golden chains. It's like a velvet interior. It locks in place. As he turns it, he snaps his fingers and the inside of it gets a dull glow. It kind of highlights it. It's like you're in a jewelry shop showing off rare cuts. He pulls out the first one and holds it up. It is it's a wand that has a snaking dragon motif going up it and ends in a small it's not like a dragon with its mouth open, but a dragon coiled around it like it's holding on to a stick. It says it's a hazel wand. This once belonged to the legendary conjurer Ephrail. He perished in the Ashland wastes, and over time this item made it to my shop. Out of character, it's a +1 wand to the War Mage.
What does that do?
Now, this one, do not allow it to deceive you. He holds it up. This looks like just an iron rod that just has steel wire coiled around it. Really, really tight revolutions. And it starts off very, very dense, and as it gets towards the end of the wands, the wavelength on the wrap gets wider and wider and wider until it's almost straight at the end of the wand. The wand itself's probably 14 inches long, but you can see the basis is just a iron rod. But as you can see, as the wire spreads out, it's actually very ornately carved underneath it. I do mean carved, like it's carved iron. He says, this was of unknown maker origin. Enchantment much more powerful than Ephrail's wand. He takes and lays it down on the table. If you want to pick it up, get a feel for it. You can feel the power coursing through it. Out of character, it is a +2 wand of the War Mage.
Out of character, only a couple people can have wands. Is that right?
Yeah. You would have no benefit from a wand.
There's certain wands that anyone can use, though.
Yeah,
right?
there are some that anyone can use, and if
I can
wands,
actually give the wand of magic missiles to anybody else to use as well.
Now, if the wand is also, I believe if it's a spell on your spell list, you can use it as well.
I thought that was scrolls.
Fair enough. Thank you.
You're right. That is scrolls. I'm sorry. The next one he pulls out, it's a masterwork crafted wand, and he explains that this was once created by a temptress of magic for her most loyal hero, and he lays it out. It is let me give you a description here. It is kind of looks like a wrought branch that multiple branches that are kind of twisted together, or maybe like a hardened vine, and then it kind of splays out and comes together and ends in a points all sticking out with a pretty gem set into the center of it. That's just grafted into the wand. It is a wand of enemy detection. And then the last wand he has, sorry, I don't know why I said she, is a simple, like a black lacquered stick with a fine silver twist at the end of it that looks like strands wrapping around each other, and then it spreads out to form the shape of a spider that has a gem clenched in its pincers. It is a wand of web.
So while they're looking at the wands, I'm going to ask them, do you have any immovable rods?
1 second. No, we don't.
How about anything what can help see in the dark?
I'll throw
Unfortunately-
down on any one of those that. Yeah, I'll throw down on wands.
Boom. Let me check here. Nope, this one. Um,
Man, that's too bad. I think the immovable rod's probably the most
it would
utility item.
It would
in the
be
game.
possible.
You lock a door.
He could create a pair of goggles of night. It would take the evening. He could have it ready in the morning.
Perhaps.
Nobody wants any of those. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I definitely want some. I just don't know what Busy wants.
I only have 1,000 gold right now, so I spent all my money on the paralysis one.
Yeah. Which one do we want?
So you guys get first, or you get first pick on the ones.
He could create.
Sure.
He has
can
goggles of
pool-
night that
we can
aren't
pool
finished,
money.
but he could have them finished by morning, and that would run you 500 gold.
Okay. Let's see what else he's got. That is interesting, though.
I'm down to throw down on wands.
And do you have any like scrolls or anything?
No, you would probably be more interested in probably Hikario's place. He
Ooh.
specializes in the more consumable items,
Okay, thank you.
though I would warn you his stock is probably low.
That's understandable.
We've been recently cleaned out by escalating tensions between Thyatis and Alphatia.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Do you take trades? Are you into barter?
Clerics. Either one.
I suppose I'm amenable to the idea, but I'd need to hear what you're offering.
All right. Good to know.
These wands all are pretty great. I'm
Yes.
myself, I'm on limited funds, but I know my friend here has quite a bit more gold than me.
Mhm.
What is
Which,
the cost on some of these wands?
These two, he pulls over the wand, the +1 wand of the War Mage and the wand of Web, would both be 500. And these, and he pulls out the wand of enemy detection and the wand of the +2 wand of the War Mage, would run you 5,000.
What do you think, guys? Which ones? What do you think we need?
What does I'm going to ask him?
if-
What does
if-
the wand of the War Mage do?
You ignore
I
half
have
cover.
one of these.
Oh,
He
do you?
kind of looks
Busy
you
will
up
show
and down.
one of the War Mage that he has.
He looks at Weedle, kind of glances down and up. He's going, I would assume you are not familiar with the might of the arcane.
No.
In which case,
I tend to
would
handle
do-
things with a pointy end of the stick.
how quaint. It would do nothing for you.
He doesn't know if anyone in
That's what
town.
it would do for me. I pull out a gold piece and I make it disappear in my hand. I ask what it can do.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yes, I will.
Come
Skills. Sleight of hand. I can't add +5 because I'm not doing anything with it.
Yeah, you are. You're making it disappear.
Nice.
You should press it, then it's free.
Wow. Okay. You don't just go like whoop and it's gone. Like it dances and twirls and spins around. It literally rolls down your thumb, out to your finger, and then the part that blows everyone away is you wave your hand and it bounces along each finger. And then as everyone thinks it's gone, you go like this and you look and you go like that. And everyone's looking around and then you stop and he looks and he was just like,
Ah!
well, you definitely have the somatic talent for the arcane. And then that's when like you like cross your arms, and that's when like as he's looking around, that's when he realizes the coin's sitting on the table in front of him. Like it got 3 feet away from you, without making a sound, and that's when he realizes the coin's right there, and he goes,
Ah,
"I apologizing for making light of your profession."
It's fine. I don't know much about yours either, but I can tell you're quite the provocateur. No, you're quite the.
He picks up the coin. He's looking at it, like trying to see if it's a trick. Like he's
raconteur.
Yeah.
he takes and slides it over, and he says, "For those trained in the arcane, this acts as an arcane focus. It would make their spells more powerful, more accurate, more damaging."
Oh. Thank you.
Basically, it's a +1 to your spell attack and spell DC.
For the one of the
Okay.
War Mage, it's +2.
Well, if you get
It'd
the
be-
+2 one, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would that work for out of character? Would that work for busy? Because
He already has a one of the one age +1.
Yeah, he already has
Yeah.
one.
I'll pick the gold piece up very gingerly and put it back in my pocket.
That's why his
So-
firebolt works so well.
Brian,
He's
you might
like
as well buy
locked.
both
He's
wands
following it all the
unless-
way to your pocket.
Unless you're
And then like
giving
he's
him
expecting
5,000.
it to pop up somewhere.
I was trying to figure out if I could do the 5,000, but I just don't think it's worth it at this
I got
point.
a grand
So,
on it.
On what are you guys thinking about?
Well,
Uh,
Nace is interested in the wand, but it'd be $5,000. The +2 wand.
Yeah, I was trying
That's
to
a hell
see.
of
That's a hell of a
What?
bonus too.
Yeah, yeah,
1K.
+2 is fantastic.
Maybe
but
I can
1.5.
throw in some money as well
Pick it up on the
Well-
return trip.
if you want it.
All right.
I have
yep.
4,200 gold right now.
Oh,
I can give
you're practically there.
you 1,000.
I got 1,000.
But I also may need scrolls later. But that also, I couldn't get the web if I did that.
I mean, I can pick up the web and give it to you because I don't need to have 4 wands.
He's just
have-
like, which
Come
one
on, you
today?
He's like this.
Wolverine style.
He's got
Let's get crazy!
All the
At some
wands.
point, I'll run out of actions to use all the wands.
Right.
So.
No, with the +2, and the reason for the +2 is because at level 5 I get 2 Eldritch Blasts, which I know I'm not there yet, but that'll be a big deal.
Yeah, that's something. That's
I'm on
something
board.
too, that if you really think about it, we could pick it up now if you really want it, or you can pick it up on the way back. We're going out to wreck this guy's keep, right?
+2 is pretty huge.
That's
yeah,
correct.
it is. All right, so I can borrow 1,000 from Weedall.
Yep.
While you think on that.
All right, I'll borrow 1,000 from Weedall.
Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna
And-
throw. You guys take care of the money part. I'm gonna drop that
Thank you.
into the inventory window and
I'm gonna throw in
identify it.
500. Throwing in 500.
Oh, you're
You
throwing
can
it?
just have
Yeah.
the the wand of web or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But can I do anything with that?
no.
I have to pass it off. All right. I'm doing it. 500.
So you're throwing in 500, which means
You have
I
to
throw in
attune
to it.
500?
Well, maybe I'm buying the web and
You
giving
Okay.
have
it
to
to
attune
somebody.
to it, but I don't see anything that says you couldn't use it.
So I'm doing 1,000 or 500.
You're doing
I think
1,000 still.
Stefan
Okay.
should have the
Got
web.
it.
Yeah, I need 1,000 from you, buddy.
Got you.
And then I'm going to subtract so much gold.
And it's
You
platinum.
don't want
is,
extra spells for your
platinum is
being on
10
the
to 1
back
against
line as
gold.
the no longer warlock tank.
I don't want what?
Extra spells. You only get 2 arrest rate for a long time.
Jason,
I put the
platinum is-
wand of web in. I don't know who it's going to. You guys figure that out.
Platinum is 10 to 1 against gold.
That's correct.
Got it.
I checked the description on the wand. I guess it is.
You have to attune to it, but outside of that,
How
Some
much
of them
time do
require-
I
some of them
need
require
to
attunement.
attune to it? Yeah, like what is that?
it takes an hour.
Yeah, it just limits the number of magic items you can have because you can
Yeah,
only
you
attune
can have up to
to
3 things attuned to you.
one, a couple at a time. So you have
Alright,
to choose
fair
one.
enough. I'm gonna tune up.
Some of the wands do require spellcaster attunement. That's how they limit that, I guess. But I guess it would say as much in the description.
I went in and paid the tax.
And that's going to Nace and bloop. Okay, I assigned those to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's nothing else, he doesn't really have anything else here.
He doesn't have any other peripheral items like boots or cloaks or
No,
rings or
he could
anything
make
like
an order. He has a set of goggles of night vision that he could finish. He's just been waiting until he has an interest before he finished making it. It's almost done, but no, he doesn't have really any other magic items at the moment.
Do you know anywhere in town I could find a necklace of prayer beads?
Maybe the temples.
All right then.
I would warn you that the Church of Kerameikos would probably expect a pretty heavy tithe.
Most do. I don't think I need those goggles. I think we're good enough.
Okay.
I mean, I can make light myself, for God's sake. So.
Sure. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Oh, I should have added +5 to that sleight of hand check. Any sleight of hand check.
That's right. You have the
I
pickle
didn't.
fingers.
I didn't. I just rolled straight because I wasn't picking pockets, but it says any +5 bonus to dexterity sleight of hand checks. And checks made to pick pockets.
Yeah, I'm pretty straightforward character. I feel much good. So.
Okay. So the church.
What time is it?
Probably also want to go to Hikarios.
Yeah.
What's
I might as well
Hikari?
check it out.
Oh, is he the one with the consumables?
Mm-hmm.
I can always get up early and go to the church in the morning too, because they're gonna have dawn ceremonies. So.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you go to Hikarios Mystical Tinctures. This is a 3-story tower of living wood with a white tile roof. The air is filled with the scents of perfume and incense. And inside, you meet the shopkeeper. His name is Hicario. He is just an old man. Everything's turning gray. He is sitting. He has an easy recliner, sitting in the corner. And as you come in, you can hear bubbling and brewing. He's definitely has an alchemist station going in the back. The entrance itself is actually pretty small. There's just enough room for you guys to stand. The walls are pretty featureless. There's no real decorations. It doesn't look like Hicario's run a comb through his hair in a while. He's reading a book when you walk in, and he doesn't look up from it.
I guess everything's free in this shop.
I'd say hello.
He looks up. Hello. How may I help you?
I've heard you have some consumable magic items like scrolls and things.
Yes, of course you did.
Do you have anything else other than scrolls?
I have potions, as you said. Tell me what you're looking for, son.
I don't know. I'm kind of just like collecting various scrolls and things because you never know what situation is out there that I wouldn't be prepared for initially.
Sure. 1 second, I'll go in the back and check. Potions are right there. Oh. He reaches up, behind. It's really like a writing desk. He reaches behind it and he picks up and hangs like a little chalkboard up. It says Potions of Healing, 50 gold. Potion of Greater Healing, 250 gold. That's it. And then he walks around in the back. Boop. No. That's not it.
I have to pull up my spell list.
There it is. Okay, no, let's get here.
You don't have your top 20 ones to pick from your list already? Just
No. I'm handling this the warlock. I don't know shit about magic method.
Yep.
Spontaneously.
Do it.
Okay. He has. Here. Okay. He has a scroll of Identify, a scroll of Thunderous Smite, a scroll of Witch Bolt, 2 scrolls of Animal Messenger, and 1 scroll of Dispel Magic is his current stock.
I didn't get all those. I got Identify. Sorry.
Identify, Thunderous Smite, Witch Bolt. Those are the first level scrolls he has.
Okay.
He has 2 second level scrolls of Animal Messenger. And for third level, he has the scroll of Dispel Magic. And that is currently his supply of scrolls.
Okay, and how much are those scrolls of the various levels?
The scroll of Dispel Magic is 211 gold. The scroll of Animal Messenger, both of them are 100 gold each. And the scroll of Thunderous Smite, Witch Bolt, and Identify go for... Second, I gotta scroll down to that one. Go for 50 gold each.
Okay, I want the Identify and the
Help.
Animal Messenger.
The Identify and which one?
Animal Messenger.
Animal Messenger, okay.
Busy can identify. It just takes him 10
Soon.
minutes.
Soon he can
And
identify
soon
in 10
I will
minutes, and
also
I will
identify.
Oh, I get
no
it.
longer have to have that prepared.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's
Mace
a
can
ritual.
take
That's
over.
what Brian's looking at. He's looking at what's a ritual, right?
No,
That's
very
nice. I like it.
I told you what I was doing.
All right. I will identify those in case they're not identified.
I have an app on my phone that I just filtered the ritual spells.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
did not hear
and
the
awarded.
price on the Thunderous Smite scroll.
It's 50.
50?
Yes.
Do you? I thought you already had that.
No.
Well, it's good for him to have anyways, because he can use the scroll, just cast it.
good.
He can use
not
the
use a
scroll
spell
instead of
slot.
using a spell slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
When y'all
Save the
free up,
spells.
unless somebody else is after it, I will probably.
I think you're like the only one that can use it.
Yeah,
maybe,
I don't even think
Yeah.
I can use
maybe
it.
Gamelon can.
I think Thunderous Smite is only paladins. Could be wrong.
And when they free up, I'm going to purchase 2 of the greater healings.
Shit. Okay, you want 2 greater healings.
Yeah,
Um,
that's 500 gold.
that is correct. He only has
Okay.
2, by the way.
Well,
2
I mean,
greater
I'll buy
healing.
both of them, but if somebody else wants to hold one
Identify.
of them, that'd be fine.
Okay.
How
I'll let
many
you guys
regular
sort that
potions
stuff
does he
out.
have?
Regular potions of healing, he has 6, I believe. Yes, he has
Alright.
6.
Everyone want to buy one, or
Yep. I'm
Yep.
on board.
How much was it?
50 for the
It'd be
regular?
50 gold for the potions of healing.
50.
In which case, everybody increment your potion of healing by 1 and subtract 50 gold.
I do not have a potion of regular healing.
Okay. You should be able to get that from the adventure, from the player's handbook. Okay, and the Thunderous Smite was happening, correct?
Yes.
The scroll? Okay, I have put that one in and identified it. Whoops. Karnam was too quick.
You did not identify it.
He was ready. I was about to, and it disappeared. What was it called? A fine scroll or something stupid?
Oh, Weedle
I-
took it by accident.
I'd say somebody else took it. I didn't take it.
What did I
Oh.
take it?
Why did
Fine
Weedle take
scroll.
it?
Oh,
It might have gone where his potion of greater healing was, and you could have dragged it
Maybe.
right when you added it.
Find scroll. There it is.
Take it away from me. So I have left.
Can I
a
just
potion
drag
of-
it back to the party window? I think you need to do that, Scott. I don't know if it'll
What's-
work if I do it.
That's fine.
I'm pretty sure as DM you can do whatever
Oh,
you want.
Thunderous Might.
I feel like it
Yeah.
always does something weird. Like I have to open your
Could be.
sheet. I can't just drop it on your token.
Right.
I have to actually drop it to your inventory.
That's true.
So I have left a potion of greater healing in the party window. Somebody
Oh, I
that
see.
thinks they may want to use it, you grab it and take it.
So do scrolls still work for an artificer the same fine way? Like how do you want me to flavor using a scroll for gadgets and
It's
stuff?
totally your call, dude.
Okay.
You can work that out.
Um,
I'm assuming you need to figure out something, but yeah, you can work that out.
should we have like Karnon take that potion of greater healing, or Gamelon, or
Probably one of our frontliners.
You're muted, Neil.
I'm typically not a frontliner.
Yeah, I've got a regular one.
I've got 2 regular ones.
I got
Take
2
it.
regular.
I am a frontliner, but if I get too far down, I'll just zop myself back up.
All right. No one's opposed.
Okay. So, anything else at Hikario? Anything else in Specularum
yeah.
besides going to the temple? Okay.
No, with the Cario, I see you reading. Do you have any books around here about like weird things?
Books about
Only my
weird
personal collection.
Well,
Like the Kama Sutra.
I know that. I mean, obviously, you can tell we're an adventuring party and all that. I hear
Yes, I gather.
rumors where we're heading. There may be things like werewolves and stuff. It's a terrible affliction they have, and I hear it can actually pass to us. Do you know of a way to maybe heal that in case one of us gets affected?
Find a cleric.
What can they do?
Remove curse.
I don't know. I just know every time there's talk of lycanthropy, clerics come around.
But you don't know what it is that it like. Do you know anyone who may know? Like, what do clerics do to make them better?
Ask the Church of Troldara. Ask the Church of Kerameikos.
All right, thank you.
You've bought all my potions. You've bought most of my scrolls. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Just didn't know if you knew the info. Sorry.
As you said, I emphasize was, reading a book.
Enjoy your book, sir.
Enjoy.
Thank you. He looks down at the book, starts flipping, doesn't even wait for you to leave.
Dumb question. How do I get this potion from the party sheet into my inventory?
Just
There you
drag
go.
it.
Grab the
Just
shield
drag the
on-
little shield button, the little circle.
You have to have your inventory tab open.
Yeah, you have to drag it onto your inventory on your sheet. There you go.
Thank you.
Anything else? You still have time. You could make it to the church today.
May as well.
May as
Okay.
well, I suppose.
Just to keep it moving, when you get to the church, they do have a necklace of prayer beads. It only has 2 beads on it. It has a topaz bead and an aquamarine bead. They are looking for 2,000 gold for it. And it is capable of casting Bless from the topaz and Greater Restoration from the aquamarine.
Oh,
Greater rest. Greater restoration was
4th level, I think.
no. What it did? That's what I'm not remembering.
It is a 5th level abjuration spell. You
Yeah.
imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. You can reduce the target's exhaustion by 1 or end one of the following effects. 1 effect that charmed or petrified the target, 1 curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item, any reduction to one of the target's ability scores, 1 effect reducing the target's hit point maximum.
I like the remove curse part. What was platinum worth again?
10.
10.
Platinum is 10.
In gold.
You'd need 200 platinum.
Very good then. This seems exactly like what I need.
Okay. Second, I'll make a custom
200 platinum going
prayer
away.
bead necklace for you here. There.
I think that's the purchase of the night.
And
Necklace of
I'll tie.
prayer beads. This is identified. I'm going to put a 2, so you know there's 2 of them on here. And I'm going to add the spells to it.
Who is this temple to?
This is to the Pantheon of Light. This is the Church of Kerameikos, so it's just the sphere of energy, really. All right, and we have Greater Restoration can be cast, and Enter, and Bless can be cast. These are once per long rest, I believe. Yeah. It's actually once per dawn per day, so. Okay, Necklace of Prayer Beads 2 is there. Dropped in the tracker. It's also got the spells linked in it.
I'll tie them 50 gold just for contributions to Light and Ixion and such.
Oh, they happily take that.
Of course they would. And that concludes.
Okay.
So would they be able to answer my question?
Your question as to how to deal with a werewolf or a
Yep.
lycanthrope?
Yeah.
If you're cursed with lycanthropy, I mean, it's a curse. None of them have particularly dealt with curses, but Greater Restoration would be the first thing they would try to cure it.
They don't know. It's a rare affliction.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's not rare in the northwestern Kerameikos, where werewolves and vampires and stuff actually run around quite a bit. But down here in Specularum, they're not too experienced. And this is the Church of Kerameikos, which is really the Church of Theodos that came here. So the Church of Troldara is the other, would be the church that was native here originally.
Oh, this is the import church.
Basically, yeah.
Church of England.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I gather we'll probably hole up in the hotel and hit the ship in the morning. And
Okay.
Up them the magic stuff.
Yeah, so I got to go
Armor.
back and pick up the armor and such that we left with the armor.
Okay, yeah, morning comes, you pick up your armor. Now, we've already, I think, changed the stats. Your armor's been modified. Your short swords are now +1, which I'll just modify the ones you have. It's probably easier. Short sword, let's see, let's just change it to, say, +1 short sword, and go to the Actions tab, and +1 short sword.
I'm going to tell the
Plus
party,
one
let's
short
not show
sword
up till exactly
offhand.
9.
No, that's not what I meant to hit.
Agreed.
And this is bonus +1. Does that increase the damage too? Yes, it did.
I mean-
Okay.
Jadaran said he was a prick, so he might even leave at 8:59. I want to show up 10 minutes early, at least.
Just want to hide behind a wall or something. Smoke a cigarette.
We'll press C and become a barrel.
Edit. See, it's finesse, light, magic, and bonus +1, damage +1. Got it. I screwed
Is
that
there
up.
something I need to do to get the wand working on my stuff, or?
you just declare it a tune.
I think you have to do a lot
Plus
to your
one,
spells
plus
to
one.
make them match.
Like I have to go through each spell.
You might just have to go through each spell group, spell level.
Oh,
You see how it says spells level 1? You can
You
change
just-
that to have a +2.
Can you just
And it
give
should do
yourself
it.
an effect that you just press and it just adds +2?
oh, and you press the effect button, and then it's +2 to all spell
That
rolls. Or something.
modified.
Yeah, you would have to press it
But-
each time, but it would probably
it-
work.
You
The
could.
one of the
but
War
you could-
Mage is a bit different, right? Because doesn't it only affect spell attack rolls? It doesn't actually affect your DC of the save, right?
I'm going to put you in charge of looking that up, John.
It says right on the
'Cause-
item.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah,
you
it brings
actually
up-
need to
That
choose
That makes
only...
sense too, though, because you get lots of bonuses to your AC. You don't get a lot of bonuses to your saving throws.
Yeah, it's attack rolls.
Yeah, so you
So
have to
your
individually
Eldritch
change
Blast.
your
Fine with
attack
that.
roll spells.
Yeah.
Because you can't even... It's not going to be smart enough to know which ones are attack roll spells.
Yeah. Okay.
What about if you just made it a temporary +2 proficiency bonus? Or does that
Yeah,
not trigger
+2
any spell rolls?
attack.
Well, I just want to get
Press
it all
and-
set up.
Yeah, if he just saw his spells, doesn't have to worry about it again.
Gotcha.
You could add an effect that's +2 ranged, since he doesn't use anything else for range.
It's ranged. Well, would that affect
Although
his-
I don't know if it would
spell roll?
affect. I don't know if it would do spell attack. Yeah.
proficiency bonus.
I thought there was a way to
And you have to
modify
click it every time you cast.
Yeah.
Attack type range base group attack plus and then bonus I think
Oh.
is 2.
Yeah, just click on your power group for spells, and on attack put +2. I just modified all your spells. Roll your Eldritch Blast.
Wait, I don't know what you did.
Oh yeah, because
So-
there's an attack and a DC
Yeah,
that are
see,
separate.
It's in
Yeah,
there. Now
that's
it's
it.
+7. So if you click the magnifying glass on any of your spell categories, I just did your cantrips, you'll see that there's what ability, charisma, attack is base plus proficiency plus what,
Oh,
and save
yeah,
is
cool.
8 plus base plus proficiency. So I just put a 2 in there, and
The
now
attack slot.
all of your ranged attacks will have +2.
You just get it
Okay.
for every level in
Yeah.
cantrip. Cool.
I was pretty sure you could put it in.
Yeah, I didn't see it by
Cool.
level. I thought it was just by
All right.
spell. So
Now
Pretty
John's going to
cool.
go back and fix
Do
all
all
his
his.
spells. All of his spells have a +1 to them now.
I
All
mean,
right.
the only one that was an attack was my
Oh, that's
firewall
true.
right now.
That's true.
So I just manually adjust.
Maybe you should just fix that sucker because that thing's got problems. All
I
right.
have a noob question.
Yes.
How do I use this? Wait, I don't have a wand. Never mind. I don't have
Yeah,
any
you don't have
wands.
a wand.
My
Wait.
bad.
Didn't
You
you
have a
take
wand
the
of
wand
web
of
now.
web? I think you took the wand of web.
You have to set
Oh,
up.
there it is. Yeah, I don't know how to use that.
I'll set it
can-
up for you. I'll set it up
Alright.
for you during the week.
Alright,
So it'll just be
alright.
on your
Thank you.
actions.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. This is the
Oh,
layout of the Brigantine.
Nice.
Whoops. Shit. I
Jason's been
Right.
dying to show us this, by the way.
Guido's
have
going to stay
not.
on the dock until 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I just want you to leap from the dock to the boat and miss.
Oh, I plan to.
All right. Is everybody waiting until 9 o'clock or just Weedle?
No, I will
Just
get
wait
on
up.
the
No,
boat.
I'll get on the
Okay.
boat.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
The rest of you arrive. Luciano comes up. He says, "Hey, welcome to the Brigantine. This is my ship. You will do what I say on my ship. Is that understood? We will
Sure.
be taking you to Ansarak on top of Lake Amsarak. We will head across the coast. You will stay out of the way. And Jadarin says you get to eat our fish. I don't know why that is. I think it's stupid. You can have fish when we eat. You don't get fish anytime you want. Fish when we eat. Okay? Deal? Good. This is
I don't know
Secondo
what-
Bamarito. This is my second in command. You will do what my first mate says anytime the captain is not on the deck. This is my boatswain. That is Rutilo Cianfluene. The guy kind of nods. He looks more like the sergeant in a platoon or something. He's grizzled. He has, it's not a uniform, but like you can tell they're all kind of wearing like the same shirt, the same pants.
What was the third guy's name?
His name is Rutilo Cianfalone. And he is tatted up. He's definitely like a career sailor. He's very grizzled, rugged, looks like he's got a couple sword scars. And then the boatswain, that's Rutilo. Rutilo turns and he says, "These are the deckhands. That is Martino. That is Ferdinando. That is Cremenzio. And that is Spano. In the event that the captain, the first mate, or I are all dead, do whatever the fuck you want because these guys don't have a brain in their head." And he stomps off. Starts yelling for them to start, tying up moorings and getting the sails ready, make ready for sail, etc. You see
those three, I say
you,
Gamelon takes
you
over.
see the four of them just kind of shake their head like, God, what a dick. But you can see there's a little smile, like they're definitely used to it.
So it's Martino, Cremzio, and Lutano?
Martino, Ferdinando, Cremenzio, and Spano.
I'm not writing those down.
Oh, Spano.
Yeah, those are the red shirts, Brian. You can stop writing. So
Nope.
those are the people that I killed to make it seem like this is an important encounter. So
I don't know if it matters, but I can't get my character onto the boat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't drug him on. Gamelon. And I should probably take Sarala off the combat tracker. She is not secretly coming along. Yeah.
I'm going to dump all my healing magic into those four, just so everyone is aware right now.
That you can heal?
They're going to stay alive.
Gotta keep the red shirts alive.
The captain may go. I don't know. But those four...
You're like, your syphilis is gone. So.
Hooray! Now I can go back.
Hey, let's go get the big
right.
boat.
To be fair, I'm not curing their syphilis because they'll
Let's go
pick
get
it
the
up
big boat.
next port town.
I like it. All right. We're going to put that there. We're going to pull that back up top. Okay, so...
No, Busy's not on the boat either. But...
Oh, I just missed you. All right, so Busy's on the boat. Weedle is not on the boat yet. All right, so are you hiding nearby, Weedle, or what's?
Oh no, I'll get on the boat.
Okay.
I was going to do something funny, but it's just going to stop us. So let's go.
Okay. Well, he's watching, and as soon as as he sees you approaching, he starts yelling for them to throw rope and pull up anchor, and so you climb onto the boat, but like as your foot comes off, they're pulling the gangplank in and stowing it. They shove off, and it doesn't take long before the sail. There's two sails, by the way. There's two masts on the boat, and it's not long before they are gently making their way out of Mirror Bay. For a quick tour of the ship.
A competent captain so far?
Oh yeah, there's a lot more to it than you've actually noticed. Airships have different challenges than water vessels, but no, the captain runs his crew pretty well, but he immediately hands it off to the first mate. The first mate shares it with the boatswain, but Rutilo does most of the yelling and cussing at the four deckhands. But one deckhand is manning each of the masts. Currently, the Secundo, the first mate, is up on this area here. This is where the navigating wheel is. The captain is hanging out up on the top deck, looking around. Then there's two masts. Each mast is being manned by both of the deckhands currently, but then the deckhands will also step off to secure a rope, move a barrel, whatever they're getting yelled at for. And the boatswain is typically up here, either on the bow or down here on the main deck. He doesn't always yell. He yells at them from time to time, but most of the time he just calls out orders and then wades in and helps himself. So he's not just standing and watching. Once the boat's underway and you're well towards the gates, the channel leading out of Mirror Bay into the Gulf of Marilenov specifically, in the broader range, you get a quick tour of the boat. On the bottom level, the main area is just like a cargo hold. These back area rooms here are all quarters. All of you are being stuffed into this back quarter, which is where the deckhands were. The deckhands have been told to fend for themselves in the main cargo hold area. The very front bow of the boat here actually is packed with ice, and this is where their catch ends up. This is a navigation room, and then this is the privy, and then these two rooms are for the navigator and the. I'm sorry. These two rooms are for storage, food goods, supplies, stuff like that. On the upper level, you know that through these doors, you'd see it at some point. The captain is in this back chamber, and the boatswain and the first mate are in these side quarters here. Okay. And then this is not a very well done grate. There's an open landing that goes down to the bottom of the ship where they can use a winch to lower goods in. And then there's obviously a set of stairs that lead down to the lower deck.
And there's the king of the world.
This area is raised. This area is raised, and then this area is raised one above that. The boat overall is what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's like 80 to 100 feet long. It's not very wide. It's only about 30 feet across. It makes pretty good speed through the water. It has a pretty shallow draft for a ship of its size. Yeah, it's making good speed across the water. You exit out of into the Gulf of Marilenev pretty quickly. And then the boat covers roughly 72 miles a day and is just following the coastline for this run.
That's fast.
Yeah, it's because it's not that it moves particularly fast. It's just that it moves all day. Like it never stops. So, and the wind currents are good, and the ocean currents are good right now. So you are riding in the shallow water. You can see deeper water, like deeper blue out south. So yeah, the brigantine is set off and making good time across the water. The day goes by uneventful. Occasionally, you catch like a school of dolphins. As you continue sailing west, there comes a point where way off in the distance, at least from the top deck, like the captain's perch, you can make out land to the south of you as you are passing Ierendi. But it's more like just a faint, once in a while in the waves, you see like a speck of black. Gamelon and Weedle are both familiar with the layout. You've both been through these areas enough times that you recognize where you're at. So you round out of the Gulf of Marilenev and move into the northern reaches of the Sea of Dread before skirting north of Safari Island. And I think I'm going to switch to the inked map for you guys here.
Kingdom of Urendi.
Yeah. So you head south out of Specularum. You cross in between Specularum, Kerameikos and the Kingdom of Ierendi to the south. And you continue making your way where they're going to cut across the larger bay over to the Five Shires. Let me get this map up on mine here. Nope, here.
This ship is a fishing vessel.
Continent Inc. Yes, it is a fishing boat. It's capable of going to pretty deep water, though typically it tries to stay coastal. But it's not a ship that would have to worry about getting scuttled in a bad storm. It's honestly just a little cramped is the real problem. So over the next day, you make your way almost completely, like you're south of the Five Shires. They don't sail close enough that you can really make out any of the shires. You just see nice, lush, green grasslands that kind of drift up into hills and eventually forest and mountains beyond that. About midday on the third day of sailing, as you're sailing along, the captain takes note and asks for one of you to come take a look up in the captain's perch. I don't know where you guys typically hang out. Okay, Gamelon, you report up there.
I hang
As
out
he
on
comes
the
up,
deck. I don't like.
yeah, I
having
would
rooms.
assume you're definitely up on the deck, maybe even helping. So it's pretty obvious right away that you're a sailor. Rudolo kind of takes a liking to you. You definitely seem like a guy. Like you've got the hands of someone who's worked with rope. You can tie knots. So at some
Yeah.
point they're like, stow that sail, and you walk up and just start doing it. Maybe even not consciously. It's like, it's just, oh, I heard it. You start doing it. So you come up, and the captain points out behind you, and you see a shark fin. It is a very large shark fin, though. Like, you'd guess it has to be, oh, hey, it's my little brother, Joshua. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. So you are you see a fin traveling in the water. It's probably trailing the boat by 100, maybe 150 feet. But with the captain when you get up, the captain looks at you going, I don't like this. You see that? That son of a bitch has been following me for 2 hours. I've already made 2 course changes, and he just follows right behind us. I don't like it.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Give me
I know I've seen big.
You've seen lots of stuff in the sea. Give me, you know what? Just roll a d20. This is more like just a random chance. Just roll a d20 in the open. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you've seen this exact behavior. This is the behavior of what you would a race known as the Sahuagin, which are kind of a mutated. They're a race of aquatic fish people, more or less. They're amphibious for short durations, anyway. But they are monstrous, finned, spiky, very aggressive. They typically stick to much deeper water, in your experience. But in all your time, you've seen Sahuagin make raids plenty of times into shallower water, especially raiding a vessel that doesn't look like it can defend itself. A common tactic is the Sahuagin have an affinity with sharks. They're kind of hands in hand, and it's very common for them to have pet sharks. But your guess, it's too far away to tell from here. Your guess is, since this shark is following, this shark is probably wearing a harness and has multiple Sahuagin hanging onto the ropes right now that are being dragged along at the shark's faster swimming speed.
I'd say you best prepare yourself for an attack.
He goes, son of a bitch. What? Says the guy has a shark going to get into the boat.
The shark ain't the problem. It's the Sahuagin which ride on it, Dara.
Motherfuck. He turns around. He starts yelling to the first mate. The first mate starts telling everyone to get their arms, prepare to defend yourselves. You see the deckhands look petrified. They're just stupefied. The rest of you hear the call that there are attackers behind the boat.
Don't let them drag you overboard.
Jason, can I get up into one of the crow's nests?
There is no crow's nest. Not on a little sailing boat. Now there's rigging. You could climb the rigging and get up to the mast, but they don't have like a crow's nest at the top.
Okay.
But yes, you could easily climb up the rigging if you just wanted to get up to a higher vantage point.
Nope, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well, we tie ourselves to the mast at all. Busy's asking Gamon. He doesn't know procedure.
They're going to attack us?
No, come out of the water and try to drag you into it.
Currently, the shark does not appear to be closing.
Hey.
It's just following at about 120 feet now, just drifting along. Knowing what you're looking for, you actually catch like a secondary fin poke out of the water for a second. Like a secondary elbow fin or something. That's definitely you make out like the shark at one point drifts up enough. You can make out there is a harness on the shark.
Can you help me up the mast?
Yes, I will aid Nace in going up the mast, and then I'm going to come back on to the deck.
Do we want to
Okay.
scare it off? We could
Yeah,
just shoot
that's what
stuff at it.
I was gonna blast them.
Yeah, that's what I was say. Give it a poke, Nace.
Okay,
Watch-
you'd have a
watch
much
him.
better vantage point just from the captain's perch on the back of the boat than you
Okay.
would up on the sail.
Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
help
I'll
him up
just-
the stairs.
I'll go back there and blast at them.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me an attack roll.
Busy would be fine joining in. He's got 120 feet on firebolt. So.
Okay. Yeah, they're just in range then. Go ahead and give
Yeah,
me
I've got
attack rolls,
120.
guys.
Am I targeting anything or just rolling?
Just roll. We'll see what you roll. 21, 17. Okay, you both connect, actually. So, a firebolt and Eldritch Blast go ripping off the back of the boat. Both of them impact the shark. Go ahead and roll your damage for those.
I get the bonus.
Okay. It's just like whoosh. There's actually a cloud of steam where the firebolt hits, and the water actually like parts and splashes away where the Eldritch Blast hits. It's like we've described it. It's like a yellowish, almost liquid light that flies in, and it's got these weird green striations spinning around it. And as it spirals in, the water almost repels away like a magnet pushing stuff away from the green's tendrils and leaves like a little hole. As it spreads, you actually see this large green four-armed scaly thing with like a shark head, but green scales holding on with all four arms to a harness, and it splashes into the shark and blasts back into it, and you see its arms let go, and it sinks, and all of a sudden it drifts, and then suddenly the shark swerves and dips, and the water starts getting calm, and the wake it was kind of leaving just stops, and the boat keeps going. And you watch for a minute. Nothing. The water's still.
I'm ready for borders.
You think that worked, Gamelon?
Hard to tell. They're crafty.
I don't like them.
You've definitely made yourselves a less appealing target. It being evident you can defend yourselves makes them much less likely to want to try and take the boat. In your experience, because
Yeah.
you rolled a fucking
That's what
20.
they on their
You've
boat.
dealt with these things before. You're fairly confident that a strong show of force will make you're not an appetizing target.
Yeah. We probably scared them off, but keep an eye out.
Okay. You maintain a watch, stay vigilant. You're watching they do pull up the netting that's normally used if a man goes overboard. They pull that up just to make sure. An hour,
coming up.
2 hours go by, and nothing. It's still just the lapping of the waves as the water's going by.
All right. Well, I'm still going to stay on patrol with Crash.
Okay.
And I guess the rest of the team group can go back to what they're doing.
Okay.
I could try to talk to something and see if any of these fish will hang out with us. Let us know
Well,
what's going on in front of us.
No, there's there's no fish in range. Well, what's the range on it? For your speak with
That's what I'm
animals.
trying to see. Well, see so far.
Mine
Range
was like 60 feet.
itself. Yeah, range
speak
itself.
with animals.
Fair
Of
enough.
self,
I don't know
10
what that
minutes.
means.
Oh, they have to be
Can't
able to
be
see you
far.
and talk to you then. So
Fair
unless
enough.
there's a fish,
Steve,
unless there's a
Alright,
fish swimming
I'll
on the
stop.
surface, yeah, it's not going to work.
Any dolphins?
I'm bad.
Dolphins will jump along with boats.
We never gone trolling. with
Gosh,
Rangers.
you're such a dork. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Neil?
We could tie him to a rope and just troll him behind the boat.
Just drag him. Just drag him in the water.
Somebody
The
had a
fish
ring of
looks
water
over at him.
breathing.
How are you doing? You're drowning.
Somebody had a ring of water breathing, didn't they?
Water walking.
Water
we don't-
walking, I
water
think.
walking.
Yeah.
You could water ski, but that'd be about
I'll
it.
be fine.
Okay. By the end of the third day, you are actually coming into the Gulf of Malfegi, which is the Malfegi Swamp. They work their way all the way to the west side, where they say the Streel River has a slightly softer current that's easier to make way up. And so by nightfall, the boat is actually made it all the way up to the edges of the Malfegi Swamp where the Streel River emerges. But the captain doesn't want to try and proceed through the upriver through the Malfegi Swamp at night. So they drop anchor here and stay near the shore. And by the way, if you guys have had all the fish you could eat, it's been great. If you like fish anyway.
Fantastic.
How's Weedle handling that?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Weedle's got his daggers out making sushi for everybody.
Weedle's
On the
got
third
one
day,
point of
Busy might
exhaustion
start
because
getting
he's
tired
always
of it,
been
but-
doing.
Yeah.
I feel like Weedle is looking for an airship that goes low over the ocean now with a net down below.
So that he could troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troll is the right
You
term.
can dry them out on the
More than
masts.
one way.
See, the campaign is our
Only the
time
finest pickled fish and lie.
to- Right. Okay, so through the evening, you have a nice soft night, and no, not that. And then in the middle of the night, as everybody's downstairs doing their thing, you hear a... Let's see, everybody give me... I'll just roll it myself, actually. We'll do a quick perception.
I'm super good at this.
Me too.
So,
Gamelon's sleeping on the deck.
is Gamelon sleeping on the deck?
Yes, because
Oh,
roofs
okay.
over your head on a boat are bad.
Okay. Gamelon's on the deck. Busy, where are you? Who's downstairs in the quarters and who's on the deck?
Oh, I'm in the quarters.
Oh, I
I
would have
prefer
been
to be
sleeping
in the deck
quarters.
myself.
Okay.
Go ahead and move yourself wherever you're at.
What did I do with that fucking boat? The Brigantine, there it is. Yeah, that's a good point. Just put yourself where you are on the boat. We can pull the Brigantine back up. Okay. So Stefan and
Stefan
Karnan
below
are on
or-
on the boat too? Or on
Yeah,
the deck?
I'm about to move down. As soon as
Oh,
I
okay.
figure out.
So Stefan's down in the quarters.
Come on. Let's-
What about Karnan? Up on the deck?
Yeah, I think Karnan enjoys.
That's
Night.
true. Probably wants the fresh air. Okay, so we've got here. So, Gamelon, you definitely hear it, and Karnan, you do not. You're actually still asleep. Gamelon, you wake up and you hear dripping water on wood. It definitely sounds like it came from the aft of the ship.
Dripping
Not
water on wood.
Celine Dion. So that's good.
It's Celine Dion. I'm pulling out Crash and using light to light him up
Okay.
as I start walking towards the back deck.
Okay. Okay. So you start working your way towards the back deck, and you see a hulking shape pull itself up onto the captain's perch behind you. I mean, at the aft of the boat. It reeks up, and you notice the air is practically wavering around it, and a rancid smell starts to waft across the deck, almost like it's physical. And at that point, I'm going to go ahead and reveal that and lock tokens. And everybody can roll for initiative, but only Gemlon is awake currently.
Click on my token.
And we're going to switch this over to the combat view.
Is the weapon of warning ping us or no?
Stevens.
Oh, yeah. That's a great question.
So
I
that's
should've
just
asked
it.
that.
The weapon of warning keeps you from being surprised. And at this point, yeah, I would say everybody near Stefan. Everybody with Stefan wakes up. Like you just wake up as there is, because it actually picks up hostile creatures, and so it is definitely, as soon as it locks with Gamelon, its wave of hostility pulses out, and the string of the crossbow vibrates to like a humming sound that wakes everybody up.
You're probably only like 10 feet below it anyway, as well, if it's on the top.
Yeah, it's well,
Oh wait,
you're
it's
right.
where
I
the
have it
thing
on
is
the wrong
off.
deck.
Yeah, it's actually.
I have it on
there,
the
right?
wrong
Yeah.
deck. It's not in the captain's quarters. So it's probably about 20 feet down. Actually, between 15 to 20 feet down to them. Okay. So, I believe everybody rolled for initiative. Yeah, Stefan, you're the first awake. Just understand, you know there is danger on the boat. That's all you know.
All right, I'm gonna run towards the stairs, and I believe with my dread ambusher, I get 10 extra feet.
You do, actually.
You can also dash.
Which also means if you dash, you would get 10 extra feet twice, because your movement speed increases by 10. So, you
right.
basically have up to 80 feet of movement.
All right.
So, drag yourself to the bottom of the steps. I'm just curious how far that is. That's an arrow.
You drag.
Just drag your
Oh, shit.
token.
All right. Let's see if I can do that.
Yeah, 60. So, it would be another 10 feet of movement to be at the top of the stairs, 15 feet of movement. So, basically, you can be right here with 5 feet of movement left. Man, you got up in a hurry. Actually, I'm sorry. Well, no, you're not surprised.
Hook
You
me
snap
up.
awake. You snap awake and alert. So,
Bling.
Thank you. Oh, I better pass turn.
did you want to move your last 5 feet?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm just going to get you clear of the stairs so that you're
Thank
out
you.
of everybody's way. Okay, Gamelon, you're actually next to act then.
Oh. I can see this thing. I'll pull out my shield and my. Let's see, how far away is it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's 35 feet to its square, but it's also 10 feet higher than you. Each of those stairs go up 5 feet. So it's roughly 45 feet. We're not doing the trig on it.
Gotcha. This thing is a big ugly nasty.
1, 2, square root of 3. Someone do the math for me.
Just remember, every second diagonal is add 5 feet. That's approximately correct.
It's the 5'10", 5'10" diagonal.
Yeah. Because 3 was super fun with that.
I will give it a. Actually, so I will move up here next to Karnan.
Okay.
You want to elbow me or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get up, elf.
Wake up, man.
We just shout out to the group. Everyone, to arms! Something foul boards. So I'm yelling at the top of my voice. And I will give this thing a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Oh, that's not the right one. I gotta change my mode. Sacred Flame.
And it makes its saving throw with an 18.
Alright, so let's take no damage.
You're gonna have to fix that DC again. It says DC 10.
Oh, shit.
Why does it say DC 10?
It does though.
All of mine say DC 10, I guess.
Hold on, I'm checking. Is your spell ability? Yeah, your ability's not set. Hold on. Wisdom. There you go. I set it.
Nice.
Just roll it again just to see. It should work now. Yeah, DC 14. Okay, that's what we were
14,
expecting to
okay.
see.
Alright. Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, so I'm waking Karnan, and I'll move another 10 feet there.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
Okay.
Combat tracker. Yeah, and I did yell out to
Yeah, you screamed out for everybody. It was quite loud. Okay, the troll goes next. And the troll, seeing you and seeing the attack come slamming down at it, it abruptly does... Let's see. It'd be... Whoa. So that should be 10, but it'd actually be 15 because he just lumbered down the side, right over the side. Because of his size, it's pretty easy for him to just jump down. He actually ends up adjacent to you. He just lumbers down both sides, slams down onto the deck, and goes, "Ah!" And you feel these nauseous waves. It's like almost like ammonia just waves over you. And you can see its flesh is literally slopping off of its bones. It's massive. It's over 9 feet tall. It would be hulking if its body wasn't literally just coming apart. But you can see pieces of its flesh slopping off and then immediately regrowing, like constantly. It's almost like it's melting, but keeps regenerating what it's melting.
That's disgusting.
It launches into you with a flurry of attacks. It starts off trying to bite you.
I'm going to ward that.
Okay. Did you put it on yourself? It's not on you yet. Before I let go.
Oh, there it is, the effect. Oh shit, I granted to the troll.
You got it. Okay, I'll take it off the troll. But boop. Disadvantage. 12. He misses. So his jaws snap at you. The breath is foul. And you just feel this reeking thing. But yeah, as it starts to bite, the light flares and it kind of curls its face away with a hiss. And then it just lashes out with both of its claws blindly in front of it.
Back, you beast.
Not truly blindly, because he's not getting disadvantage. Just sounds good to say it that way. He misses with a 17, and he follows up with a second claw attack, and crits.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Isn't this
Good
how the
one.
owlbear fight started, guys? I'm pretty
No.
sure.
So,
Pretty sure it was a crit. So it does 2d6 plus 4 slashing damage, but it also does 1d10 necrotic as the rot like spreads across you. And it does a total of 24 points of damage, critically wounding Gamelon.
Crunch. Oh,
Okay. Now, unfortunately, because you are within 5 feet of it, you also take necrotic damage. This also goes to Karnan. So
Unpleasant.
I need to target. Oh, whoops! I'm on the wrong guy. Let's choose the. We'll make it's still the Rot Troll's turn. Sorry. Gamelon targeted and Karnan targeted, and it does 10 points of necrotic damage. Gamelon drops unconscious from the horrible necrotic wave that slams over. By the way, you can also see now there's like acid dripping, not even acid, it's like this black putrid sludge dripping from its mouth. And Karnan, you also take 10 points of damage just from being near this thing. Now that's its turn. And Karnan, you're up.
Wow.
You are alert. You are
am
currently
alert.
prone, by the way. I should change that. But
Oh,
if you're
I'm
going to
prone.
stand up right now, you're not prone anymore. So,
Yes, I'm going to
Okay.
immediately stand.
yeah, you use half your movement to stand up.
And
Now
since
what?
he is there, I will target said rot troll. Did that? No, it didn't. Okay.
There you go.
just targeted.
Targeting the rock troll.
And,
What are we doing?
Well, since I'm right there, a melee attack is best. So I can use my newfangled
Magic
short
short swords. Yep.
However, can I? Would I wait to do my spell
See if
scroll
you-
with the thundering smite? I make the hit first. Is that right?
Thundering Smite, is that is it a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh, okay.
My thing is, drawing your swords and pulling the scroll out in the same turn is no bueno.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you could draw out a short sword and the thunderous smite scroll, I guess. I'd let you like pull it out with one hand and read it, like read it out and then attack. But I would only let you have one short sword if you're going to do that.
Gotcha. Well, I still have my divine smite that I could use.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's on a
Something
hit. You
thunderous.
can decide if you want to do that.
And 2 hits versus.
Ooh, thank you,
Spell.
Josh. I think you're my first sub.
Yeah, let me try that. I'll try the divine smite, so I'm not down to only 1 hit. I want to attack.
Okay, yeah. Well, you need as long as you connect.
But if I don't connect, then the spell wouldn't have helped either, right?
Yep.
So
The spell
Yeah,
is
yeah.
concentration.
The spell lasts until you score a hit, but it's concentration, so taking a hit in return could break it.
Could break it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
I'm
but
gonna
if you
just go ahead
connect
and
here,
go
then
with
you can
the,
decide to divine smite.
yeah,
Okay, so
let's
first
go
shot.
with that.
24 easily hits.
Okay, now I will divine.
It does have pretty thick, rubbery skin, but it parts as you stab it. Oh, look at that! My brother got the special first emote for being the first sub.
So do I just click or do I drag it to him?
Either.
No, the smite should be clicked for himself, right?
Oh, the smite. Yeah. I'm sorry. You just click it once
just
on
click it.
yourself.
Okay.
There you go. You are now doing smite damage when it hits. All right, you do a total of 15 points of damage, which lightly wounds it.
Lord. Wow,
So,
that's terrible.
like, you stab in, and there's this, the same. You have that greenish yellow haze of like leaf patterns following off the blade, and you slice through it. It dips right through this thick rubbery skin, and this black sludge spills out. You can see it trying to heal up where you hit it, but it just fails. And now there's like just a gouged out chunk hanging off of it. But yeah,
And cool.
it looks like you can take a lot more of that.
Yeah, help me on the left side on the list. It talks about I put the divine smite on myself, and then it shows expired. It expires when I do the damage or when I do the hit, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you did it. It added the 2d8. You can see that in the roll, and then
Right.
it removes the effect.
And it
You would have to
removes it.
use
Got
divine
it.
smite again to get another one. You
Got
can
it.
use divine smite more than once in a round too. If you hit twice, you can use it twice. There's
All right.
So you run out
let's
of
see. Right.
all right. Second attack, 23. You connect. You're having no problems hitting it.
But I'm doing light damage. I might as well
Nice.
use that smite while I got it handy.
Okay. Yep. Click the smite. Roll the damage.
So second smite.
Cool, Josh. Catch you later.
Oh, you clicked the wrong one.
We're probably done in the next 20 minutes. Just FYI.
Chase, he clicked the upcast by accident rather than.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, click the other one, and I'll remove the upcast. There you go. The upcast is if you use a higher level spell slot, which you don't have
I
available.
see.
You don't have
Gotcha.
it
I was thinking
available
it was
yet.
The second
Yeah.
go. All right.
And that is another 15 points of damage. It's still lightly
Goodness
wounded.
gracious. All
Yeah.
right, and I cannot go
It's tough.
anywhere. Lest I give it a parting shot. So
There could be an opportunity attack, yes.
I will. Guess I'll just pass.
But
this.
you are aware that if you are within 5 feet of this thing, you will take damage.
Oh, well, I guess
At
that's
least
true.
as of right now, you're aware of it. That's what just happened to you. At the end of the troll's turn, you took I think it was 2d10 necrotic damage.
I see. I thought that was just because he attacked. I got that off the attack from.
No, it's radiating. You can
on.
feel you're still in this horrible, honestly, rotting presence.
Oh.
Everything around it is rotting.
Then yeah, let me. Well, I've already ended it unless I can go back on
No, of course you can go back.
the turn there.
I'm not that kind of DM.
I
I have plenty
will
of ways
try
to
and-
kill you besides going gotcha. Say
I
a
will-
giant rot troll. That's a good starting example.
So I will attempt to get. Let's see, I'm already down 5 from my movement. So
You're actually down 15. You've got 20 feet of movement left.
15. So we'll go here. So maybe that gets me out of range, at least to a range.
Sure. It gets an opportunity attack. It will try. It is going to swipe out with a claw. Here. And it misses with a 12, so you get away scot-free.
Nice.
Okay, Weedall.
I'm going to dash.
Okay.
He still has that feat built in.
Feet built in.
Dual wielder AC1.
Oh. Isn't it? Oh, that's right. You're not a dual wielder. That's boop.
Yep.
I get rid of it. There you go.
Thank you. I'm going to dash, and I'm going to use feline agility. Which
So
gives
that's
me 120 feet.
Jesus Christ. Okay. We've already established it's 80 movement, or it's 75 movement to get to the top of the stairs.
75. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. That puts me 2 back. I think I'm going to get... I think I'll go here.
Okay. Because, here was 75, right?
75, 80, 85, 90, 95.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you understood that's where you were going around the deck to get there. Okay.
I still have more movement.
Okay.
And I will short bow him.
Oh, okay. 9 misses. Not good enough.
And then I'll move up here, which is my last 20 feet of movement.
Okay. All right. Busy.
We are dash.
Hey, my turn's gonna look similar to that.
Sorry for the short legs.
Yeah, I mean, Nace is gonna get 10 feet further than me or so.
As far as I see it, we handled the last
That's-
encounter, just the two of us. It's their
Right.
turn.
It's their turn. Okay. Oh. All right, Nace. You have, what, 60 feet of movement?
I'll be like just out the way. I don't know if they're I just want to be just out of way so Busy can get through me.
Sure.
Easier.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I felt like I did a lot.
Yes, you did. It was great. All right, Stefan, your turn.
All right. So I want to start out my turn. I want to hunters mark this guy.
Okay.
I'm going to shift.
That's right. Oh, he's got this. Shift drag on the troll.
Dragging onto the troll.
Be remembered.
You got it. Targeting rot troll with hunter's mark. Perfect. Okay,
All
now
right.
what?
So what I don't know how to do now
we did not put
is-
your +1 crossbow bolts on. I'm just going to adjust your heavy crossbow real quick. Because the net effect is that it's +2 now. Or it's +1 now. So +1, +1. There. I've just changed your arrows for now. So
That's
you
what I-
currently have 20 regular or magic crossbow bolts now.
Thank you. I want to use one of those,
We
but
have a
what
bunch of stuff we need to get rid of here.
I'm a
Let's
little
get rid of that.
confused about how to use this sharpshooter. I got 2 zombie-looking guys.
Oh, do you want to use sharpshooter here?
I want to use sharpshooter.
Okay, the first one says -5 attack on it, -5
Yeah.
ATC. You want to
Yeah.
drag that and drop it on yourself. Or actually, just click
All right.
it. You don't have to drag it, just click it.
All right.
Okay,
Clicked.
you now have -5 to hit. Roll to hit the troll. If you connect,
All right.
then you use the other one. So good luck.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's just any of these.
Dude, we've only done this 14
Crossbow.
times, so.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna catch up.
So
15,
you're
16 more times.
the heavy crossbow of warning.
That'll do
That's
it.
the
All right.
attack roll. You want to drag and drop on him, or double click it if you've got him targeted. Which I don't think you do. Okay.
Come on. No.
9 misses.
Damn.
You watch the crossbow bolt whistle off into
Ouch.
the ocean as well.
That's an expensive
Mm.
miss.
Yikes. Felt like
Yep, that did not connect.
I'm going to move over there.
Okay.
That's my
Gamelon,
turn.
could you make a death saving throw, please? 12 succeeds. That's one successful death save. Okay. Well, the rot troll charges Karnan.
Of course he does.
Yes, he does. He will first attempt to claw you. Hold on, let me just target you. Whoops, there it goes. It rolled it. That is a miss.
Targeting itself, I think, right now.
No, it's targeting Gamelon also. I need to untarget Gamelon. Gamelon of the Salted Shell Clan. Okay, it makes a second claw attack. That one is a 20, which does connect. For 17 points of damage. It does 9 slashing damage and 8 necrotic damage from the rot. You're critically wounded, and it follows up with a bite attack. And the bite misses. And then here's where it gets shitty. At the end of its turn, it causes rancid degeneration in a 5-foot
radiant
radius.
didn't stop that. Damn.
It causes a 5-foot.
But
I'm trying to
Karnak
say.
is immune to poison.
5-foot necrotic radius around it, and does 5 more damage. So
It's not
Karnan is
poison.
still standing. Karnan, you're up with 4 hit points.
Karnan is still standing, so he will
Yep.
attempt to mount a defense.
Okay.
Oh shoot. He will attempt the at this point the one-handed scroll shot.
Okay, no problem. So
Pull the scroll.
yeah, you just drop a short sword, you pull out the scroll, and cast Thunderous Smite. Let me remember exactly what the spell does again.
Are the red shirts not even interested in protecting their ship?
The red shirts are down below. They're sleeping in next to the fish stuff. They got kicked out of their beds. They are not sprinting upstairs. No, that is correct. First time you hit with a weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder that is audible for 300 feet of you. Within 300 feet of you, deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Awesome.
Okay, so you cast it. That's your bonus action. Now for your action, you just make a sword attack. And
Inspiration might be a good idea.
yeah,
Ooh,
and as a
yes.
note,
Let me use that
you can
inspiration.
combine. You can still Divine Smite on top of that. So
He has some left. How many? Oh, he gets 3 or 4, doesn't he?
he's got.
I
think you've
I
got
get-
4 spell slots.
Also-
3, I think, unless I
3
somehow
spell
got
slots.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
That would-
Gotcha.
That would be my final spell slot.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I can cast this first and see, I suppose. Or I would make the hit first in the case of the
Right.
of the.
Yeah, you don't have to decide
Divine
until you
Smite.
hit.
So, all right, here it goes. Oh
No.
my
Oh.
gosh!
You're supposed to roll twice. I thought you were using your inspiration for this.
Oh, I am supposed to.
You
so,
forgot to do advantage. Just roll again.
Oh!
Yeah, so that's the
what
other way
inspiration's for.
inspiration could go. So I'm going to tell you, even though it's my creature you're killing,
Divine Smite.
you
the
really
shit
want
out
to
of
Divine
this.
Smite right now. You want to use Thunderous Smite and Divine Smite
Divine
combined
Smite.
here.
Yes,
Because it's going to be a shitload of dice.
Just that.
I don't
So,
think he has an
uh,
effect for
one-
Thunderous Smite, right?
Yeah, I'm going to...
So I click on him again.
Oh, we needed that crit.
If you just drag the spell onto the sheet, it
You're
might
probably
automate.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, I'm
knock-
going
knock
to.
its
I'm trying to
damage
find his
down
sheet
to
here to-
moderate with this hit.
Here we go.
Fantasy
I'm going to
Grounds
say
Just
Thunderous
quit.
Smite
The
onto
number
the
of dice.
sheet. And effect doink. Okay, he got that on. You have the Divine Smite. It's all on there. Just roll your damage and it'll all crit up.
He did already.
Did I?
No, you just rolled damage.
Well, that was the attack. Sorry. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Holy
44
crap.
points of damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you nail this troll. You heavily wound it. You're just like and slash through. It leaves this giant gouge. It's part of its guts just spill out on the floor, although it doesn't seem to be terribly affected by it. But a massive rotted intestine falls out, and it just goes like and ichor and slime just pours out of its mouth. It looks badly hurt though. It does stumble backwards, and it
Does
will
the crit affect the save roll?
and it will make a saving throw versus that thunderous smite as a strength save. Oh, he's pretty good at
Probably not
those.
too hard for him.
Yeah. So he got a natural 20. So he is not pushed back. However, there is a massive 300-foot. It's just like kaboom as it just rings and echoes. You actually see Gamelin's unconscious. Stefan, you actually see almost like a shockwave push out on the water away and then kind of settle. So it like raises a mist as the thunderous clap goes off. But the troll is still standing. It is heavily wounded now.
Okay, at this point, then I'm going to risk another.
Does it look like it has reach, or does it look like could he move 5 feet away from it?
It does not have reach. No, 5 foot.
All right.
Because that's a good idea.
I'm not sure what you're saying there. It doesn't have.
If it had a 10-foot reach, you don't get an opportunity attack until you leave something's reach. So if it had a 10-foot reach, you could take one step back
I'll get 5
without
feet
getting
away
attacked. But it has a
gotcha.
5-foot reach. You move out. If you move away, you're getting an opportunity attack.
Yeah, well, considering what it does, I think I'll take that
It's a chance to get hit versus a guaranteed 2d10.
hit. Yeah, exactly.
So let's see how he does. Nope. He connects with that one. This does a whole lot of damage. His claws are pretty nasty. You take 12 points of damage. Only one of it is necrotic, but that drops you in place. Karnan goes down unconscious after his pretty devastating attack.
Get me up. I have radiant.
Okay. He's already been hit by radiant. Weedall.
Can I walk over these grates?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 5, 10.
I would consider calling it difficult terrain unless you make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. Well,
Or if you don't care that it's difficult terrain, you can just move over it.
Yeah. Whoops, I untargeted him. So
Okay, what's your plan here?
We're going to short sword him.
Okay. I'm assuming that's got to be Scott's arrow that's still up. 25
that's fine.
connects.
And that's a sneak attack because nobody's within 5 feet.
Nobody conscious is within 5 feet.
Concentration.
time.
Where are my sneak attack buttons?
Do you
What do you mean?
switch mode or something?
Change your modes.
At the very bottom?
Probably
I'm
need
in
to change
combat
mode.
mode.
Not that, the other side. It probably says group.
Display.
You need to change it to say, I think, effect.
Oh, summary, and there it is.
Yep.
Sneak attack and damage.
Damage. 14 points of damage. Still heavily wounded.
I think I'll go ahead and dagger him.
Okay.
So we fixed that, didn't we? I don't have to do -3 or no, because it's offhand. All right, got it.
26. You hit
Yeah.
for 5 more damage.
Yes.
And I am going to move away. Not really anybody left. I'll just move back.
Okay. No problem. Busy.
So where can I get to with 25 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You'd be at the top of the stairs. That'd be 25.
All right. He doesn't like the big beastie, and so he brings out the flame butt.
Ooh.
Nice.
Let me grab that one.
Flamethrower.
NPC.
Yeah.
Flammenwerfer.
Let me check new. What's he called? The Flame. That's right. All right. There's Flame, who has 20 hit points. He's all built already. Let's zero his initiative out. Let's put him on the tracker. Oh, this is the one that flies, right? Or does it not fly? Is that just the drone we picked?
It's just a drone that we picked.
All right, that's the drone we picked. Okay. All right. Do friendly. I'm assuming he's starting in your square.
Yeah, but I'm telling it to like move onto this stuff in
Okay.
that square, and it's a jet burst of flame comes out at the Rotro.
It fails its saving
Nice.
throw
Nice.
and
More
takes
damage.
9 points of fire damage. It screeches in like a weird double voice because you could already see from where Weedle stabbed it, there's a hole in its throat, and it goes like, and it has this weird second echo coming out of its throat. It's definitely freaking out over the fire.
It's everything.
Flammenwerfer.
It's underneath.
Okay.
If I go there, that's 15, 20, 25. So I can get
you
like
can move
next to Busy.
diagonally. You can move diagonally past Busy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can move one more, I'd try to get away
can.
from Busy.
Yeah, you'd
Okay.
have 5 more. Okay.
Get away from Busy. Oh God.
How well can I see?
Just fine. It's really
Okay.
hard to miss this thing. It's bright enough night. There's also a troll on fire in front of you.
Also,
So-
I think my shield is still glowing from light, unless that goes away when I fall unconscious.
It's not a concentration effect, so I wouldn't say so. It's until you dismiss it. So.
Well, that
Oh.
sucked. Sorry. It's something.
Wow. That was horrendously bad. But yeah, you got 2 hit points
Stands him
back
up.
at least. So I'm gonna change you to prone.
Yep.
But that's it. I'm not even gonna bother putting you prone. If it comes into play, I'll put the effect
I can
on.
only heal one creature with that. Sorry, Garnon.
This guy's just controlling us.
Bah, bah, bah.
Yep.
Jesus. That was rough. All right. What else, Nace? Are those bonus? I can't remember.
That's
Yep.
bonus, yeah.
Nice.
I think I'll just Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
Try out the
You don't have
fancy new
Shillelagh
wand.
up right now, right?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay,
did it
sorry.
last turn. Sorry, it's a bonus action, so I
No,
just,
it's fine. I just didn't realize it was up. Okay. An 18 connects
When he
for 12 damage. The troll is critically wounded. So as it like roars back and like huddles up from the fire, all of a sudden you blast and a chunk of its lat just blows off. You see it splay off the side of the ship, spraying black crap that sizzles all over the back of the side of the boat. The pulsing necrotic warbling seems to have subsided as it's on fire.
Oh, very nice.
all right.
Okay, sorry. Next round. Stefan, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna
Hey,
move a little
come on.
closer.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
Why would
Oh,
you
you
do
are?
that?
Okay. I'm gonna say I am surprised you're moving closer.
Can I hit him from there?
Easily.
Oh,
With a crossbow?
Yeah, he's like 20 feet away from you.
All right, fair enough.
And you're a sharpshooter. You
Oh
don't
my
even care about
gosh.
cover anymore.
All right. So I'm gonna do my sharpshooter thing.
You are going to try sharpshooter again. Okay,
Yeah.
click the minus to attack and make your attack roll. Good luck. I'd like to see one hit.
All right.
Might kill it.
Can I give him my
You have
inspiration?
inspiration? Okay. There
Yeah,
we go.
you could give him your inspiration. Okay,
I'm
you
gonna
have
give him
advantage
my
on this attack,
inspiration.
Steve. So click the advantage button before you attack.
EDV in the bottom left.
Yeah. All right. Come on. At ya.
Big money, no whammies.
Come on.
15 misses. It just misses. The bolt like whizzes right past its face. I mean, it like nicks its cheek, but no damage.
Maybe sharpshooter's just not the way to go.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
right. It's
The
too soon.
troll actually has a pretty decent natural armor, so
It does.
it has
Against
a
that
16.
ogre, though, you'd be tearing it up.
He missed it by one. He missed it by one. So, okay, Gamelon of the Salted Shell Clan, you are conscious.
Is that with his +1 bolt?
Yes,
Is it
I
+3?
went through and just made his crossbow +1 because it was +0.
Okay.
I stand and attack. Oh, that's the save. Sorry.
He fails his saving. Oh, that's guiding bolt.
I just missed.
Yeah, that's a whiff.
I have half movement. 5, 10, 15. Well, half movement is what? 30? 15 right there. Yeah, I'll move to there.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's all I can do at the. Well, wait a second. Are these? Oh no, nothing I can use. All right.
Okay, the rot troll goes. Let's see here. So hit by Nace, right?
12. Yep.
Yep.
Set
Nace
on
did
fire by a
12.
robot.
Set on fire by the robot. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten the fucking robot. Yeah, it actually lumbers up to try and smash the robot into little pieces.
It could
That's
try to hit
fine.
me. I don't mind.
That's what the robot's for right now.
Yeah. It misses. God.
What's the AC of these robots?
18. There, it connected. Fuck you, little robot.
They're like tiny creatures, I think, right?
All right, it does 12 points of damage. It's not even enough to kill the damn thing.
This is like 10 hit points,
Eat the
but
robot.
a different way.
And
the
it
robot.
tries to bite the fucking robot and can't.
It's too tiny
right.
and moving around too much.
Because it's on fire, its rancid degeneration does not do any damage this round. So it's an interesting bit of lore about rot trolls we'll cover later. Karnon, it's your turn.
Let's say
So I have to do a death save? Is that where we are?
You do. I need you to roll a death save.
I can only heal one person at
It's on
a
your
time.
main tab.
I'll pick them up
Main
on my
tab
turn.
is just the dice that's down there?
Yep, just click that little die. Don't roll a
I'll
one.
be healing him on mind game.
Oh shit! He rolled a one.
Wow.
That's why it's important to stand people up as quickly
no.
as
I just said
possible.
don't roll a one. Okay. So you have now failed 2 death saves. If you fail one more, you're dead. Is that
This
so?
is why you don't delay standing people.
Oh,
Get 'em
that's
amazing.
fucking hilarious. I so called that. Okay. Oh, all right. That's your turn now. You can click done.
Oh, shoot.
It's writhing on the ground from the black
Yes.
bile and
Yeah.
everything.
Apparently, he's still rotting like extra hard from that
no
claw.
good.
Weedall.
That guiding bolt would have killed him if it hit. Damn it.
I can only get there. I can't get away because he's 30 feet now.
Just do it.
5,
Just do it.
15, 20,
Be a
25,
hero.
30.
You can always stab it and decide to dash afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus
Yeah.
You
action
don't have
dash.
to dagger attack.
Yeah, you do.
Unless you
Hey, do
miss,
you have
then
to
you
commit to
dagger
dual
attack.
wielding at the time you attack? I think it's just
No.
if you attack this
Uh-uh.
turn.
It's if
It's
you
just
want to
if you use the
again.
attack action, then you can. Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
But
12
you
misses.
better use that bonus action.
Dagger!
Gotta get that sneak attack damage in.
Come on, Weedall, don't be a bitch.
I think the robot counts as an ally.
Yes!
22 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's an ally adjacent, he gets sneak attack. If there's not an ally adjacent, he gets sneak attack. So
Oh,
9 damage does not finish it off.
Oh,
I hate how people think rogues shouldn't get sneak attack though. It's
Yeah.
literally built in.
Yeah, that's built around it. I have no problem with it. I read a thread today talking about counterspell and like counterspelling a counterspell, and I was like, it's always kind of bugged me the idea that like you're casting a spell, but you go, let me put that on hold and counter your counter. And someone said, I always consider it like you're intensifying the casting of your spell, and I was like, oh, I'm actually quite okay with that. And I was like, and I just realized that means they can't counter whatever the next guy does because they've already used a reaction. He's like, he said,
Right.
yeah, 2 characters in my party died because they were so focused on countering my mage when he countered them that when it came to his turn, nobody could counter him, and he killed 2 guys with 1 spell. And they were like, oh, we should have saved our counter spell. All right, I'm sorry. Busy, you're up.
All right, Busy takes a baton from his
Weedall's
pack
going,
and
be gentle.
Yes.
Oh, is this the one I think it is?
the baton starts humming from a thing from him and it just shoots straight at the troll, right at its face.
Every time he describes this, I keep picturing like a shake weight. Like he's like, and then lets it go, and it takes off.
Gas-powered trench gun.
Oh, he failed his save and takes 15 points of damage, which is exactly how many hit points it had left.
And then the flame bot starts just frying it.
Okay, yeah, you cook it. It's just like, it just keeps frying him.
I'm stabilizing.
No,
It
you're
fries
not.
him for a full
I go
round.
before you.
Before all of a sudden you hear this, the fuck are you doing? And Rudolo comes running out, and he's like, the fire on the boat! He's freaking out because the boat is actually catching fire a little bit from the troll.
Now he comes up. Yeah.
Yeah. Karnan, you're awake. you're no longer. You come back from the brink.
No longer dying.
All right.
Potions.
Thank you.
The troll is roasting, and we're going to stop right there. Great session, everybody. The rot troll has been dispatched. We will pick up next week with the continuing journey to Lake Amsarak and eventually Corn Keep. So thanks, everybody, for watching. I could have sworn that Pete got up to 8 people at one point. If you enjoyed what you watched, make sure you follow, and you'll always know whenever we go live. Feel free to subscribe if you want. I don't have any cool things you'll get yet, except maybe you'll get a free t-shirt from my wife whenever she decides to make them, but they're ironically stupid. And look forward to seeing everybody next week. Remember, we play Wednesday at 7 Mountain. I don't know why I forgot for all of a sudden. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.